Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another session of Age of Crisis. Normally, we would jump into the recap, but I messed up this recording. I missed about the first 10 or 15 minutes before I realized I wasn't recording. So, in those first 10 or 15 minutes, the party went and looted Jeff. We found his magical helmet. We haven't identified that yet, I don't believe. He had a set of black plate armor, which we took, and a pole arm, which we also took, which I think is just a +1. Then we went ahead and went back behind the secret door and searched his rooms. We didn't find any sign of another hidden door or anything, but we did find a chest, which we didn't want to unlock in there because while we found that chest, while Aaron and Jorgen found the chest, Kit found a teleportation circle hidden underneath a rug and it was glowing. As we were walking away, Kit noticed that it stopped glowing, but she took a step back towards it and it started glowing again. And then she did that a couple more times and it was kind of freaked out, so we all left and went back up to the first level of the mine. So that is where we're going to jump to, and here's JD with the rest of the recap.
Wait,
So after deciding not to pursue any more combats in this dungeon, you all have made your way back to the flooding of the mine door, which is supposed to occur.
to be
yes, look,
fair, we didn't see any obvious combats. We just saw some teleportation circles might starting up.
yes, looks at the party, and he says, "Well, I guess this is it. Uh, thanks for rescuing everyone. You all go ahead and head out."
How are
Is
you
this
gonna get out?
yeah? Is this one of those things where you're gonna die by pulling the lever?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
That seems
Jorgen,
like a really bad idea.
Jorgen,
What?
don't you have a potion you can give him?
Absolutely, but I'm worried about like the force of the water.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be
if you
fine.
could breathe underwater, would you be okay?
I mean, yeah, probably.
If I
Because
give
I
you
can breathe underwater.
I'm not that old. Let me roll
if
a
I give you
deception.
if I give you an immovable rod to hold on to for the force of the water, and then you can just swim out because you can breathe underwater.
Why don't we just
That's
have Jorgen pull the thing then?
well, because it's
Why
like,
am I
isn't it
doing this?
complicated? He
I
has to do
don't
it because it's complicated or something.
Is it
Well,
literally just a lever?
no, I mean it's kind of an intricate design, but I built the damn thing, so
I can stay with you.
you'll make you make me be able to breathe the water? Is that what someone said?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him that potion.
So I drink this and I could just breathe water?
You can breathe underwater, yeah.
for how
Oh
long.
yeah, I'll be fine. Then you guys just get out of here. I'll open it, and then I'll just swim out.
Yeah, but isn't the like current gonna sweep you into the hole in the center of the next room? There's like
Well, I could swim out of there. I could just swim back up the hole, I guess.
I mean,
all right,
unless he
just
unless he
avoid the
open.
molten steel pool, I suppose.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
That's a good
That's gonna
point.
harden.
Also, what's gonna happen when that water hits that molten steel?
Did you say
Steam.
something about an immovable rod?
Yeah, I was gonna say if I just what if you stand like on the other side of the door and hold this and just bring it back?
All right, I'll do that.
Okay,
Let me see.
I give him my rod.
All right, he grasps your rod with both hands.
Yes, it requires 2 hands.
All right.
I hate you both. I
Yep.
just want you to know that.
Well, I guess I'll meet you guys topside.
Hey, Dorgan, do you want to
What?
leave Sandy here?
Uh,
I lean in close. I was like, just to make sure it actually happens.
I can stay.
just to make sure that he actually floods it?
Yeah.
I trust him. He
Yeah, but
seems
Jeff was adamant that he wouldn't let this happen. So I want to make sure like Jeff's ghost isn't here and stops him somehow.
Oh, I see. I don't know if Sandy can breathe underwater. I don't think she needs to breathe. So
Doesn't she have like, if she takes any damage, she dies?
that is what I'm worried about.
I can just stay. It's fine.
Like you leaving one of us here.
I can. I don't need to breathe.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
how are
really
you
gonna
gonna
let
avoid
us leave you here and take your brother?
Yeah, your brother needs you.
Upstairs for 5 minutes? Sure.
Your brother needs you. For all you know, there's a dragon sitting on top of this place.
What?
All right. I trust you. If you say that you want to stay, then we'll take care of your brother. Get him up where it's safe.
Yeah, if you think that he needs someone to watch or help him, then I will stay. That makes the most sense. I
She's
don't need to breathe.
she's the boss, so I don't know why you guys are arguing.
All right. I'm gonna help Briar and start moving towards the exit.
Wait, you're staying?
I don't need to breathe. I'll be fine.
What do you mean you don't
You
need
might
to
need
breathe?
help.
Everyone needs to breathe.
No, some people can hold their breath for a very long time.
He just looks at you. And you seem pretty confident, so he shrugs. He drinks the potion. The rest of the party, you all make your way up top here. Wow, tokens. Oh, wait. Yeslik will run over to one of these dead guards and grab one of their helmets and puts it on his head. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, then you watch Yeslik as he inputs the 7 chevrons necessary to open the gate.
Did he watch a
And
lot of
water just bursts through as it does.
As water does, yes.
Yeah, Yeslik clicks the movable rod button and holds on to it. But
I will
this is
also hold on.
alright. But this is an extremely violent force. Are you holding on to the rod or are you holding on to Yeslik?
I mean, to be fair, couldn't they like stand over here?
Yeah, we would have stood right in front of the door, I don't
You know,
think.
couldn't they
Oh
stand over
yeah,
here?
let's stand over here so that the
Yeah, so
water
water
pushes us
washes
all throughout the dungeon. No, let's stand. You just grab Yeslik and you're like, you're a fucking idiot. I'm gonna put you over on this side.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, yes. Yeah. Anyway, let's roll some damage.
Cool.
Oh boy.
This is how I die, guys.
Yeslik is unable to hold on to the rod and just is swept away as the water just goes swirling around.
Okay, attempt to grab him?
Well, you're hold on to the rod, right?
Yes.
So you go ahead and make an athletics check to hold on to that thing first.
Okay.
Not much point in grabbing them if you're both just. Yeah. You hold on to that with one hand with a 19. You reach out to grab him. Just roll another athletics check.
Just roll a not one.
16. Yeah, you know what? Sure. You grab him as he starts to be swept away. Right before his helmeted head crashes against the wall. The place kind of fills up with water here, and you wait, and you wait. The party, you guys kind of wait up top here as you can hear. If you stay in the building, you can hear all of this happening below.
I imagine like
And-
a whoosh of air is like pushing us up as we're like climbing out.
yeah.
Going to the elevator.
This process would have taken long enough for you guys to make it all the way to the top.
Yeah.
It takes, let's just say, about an hour before Yeslik and Chris return to the party. Oh well, it takes
lasts
just
1 hour.
it takes just the right amount of time then for Yeslik not to drown.
He's just like breathing water, like this is great. And the hour ticks up.
Oh, this is not great anymore. This feels like dying. And you all will find yourself safely outside of the mine.
I put the chest down.
You do that.
Jorgen, I've been told
Yeah.
you can open this.
Told, but you've seen me do this.
I'm under good authority that you're
All right.
capable.
I'm going to attempt to do that.
All right. Roll a locksmithing. Locksmithing?
What?
These
Lock
tools?
picking?
Locksmithing.
He
Smithing
makes, he
lock.
makes another lock on it.
You know what? If you want, go ahead. Just do whatever you
He
want to do.
creates a
I don't
mega
care.
lock, so it negates the first lock.
Yeah,
So I
we
just-
had the key for the better lock, so the other one just fails.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you open it. It was like pretty easy. Probably could have done with your eyes closed.
Was it even locked?
You know what? It wasn't. It was just kind of like hung up a little bit.
No one checked.
No, Aaron.
I did
Damn
check.
it, Aaron.
Technically.
He didn't check good enough.
He just saw a master lock and he thought it was secure.
Yeah.
Alright, what's
Break that
inside?
shit. You open it up. Inside you find a teddy bear.
Magical teddy bears.
You find 5 gold and 93 copper.
Fuck you.
I rolled the
Anything else?
D100 for each of those.
Well, that didn't work out great.
Just kept pennies. Great.
Oh, good. Are any of these pennies worth like 100 gold? Like, is there like a missing one?
It's
We
an
did take a
ancient-
bunch of jewels, guys.
You did.
Oh,
That's the wrong king's name on it.
I
Weren't we
was-
told how much the jewels were worth, though?
No, we were told that I got a diamond worth 300 gold.
and then we poured the rest of them into the bag.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
told you I'd tell you what they were worth at a later date.
Did I put that in?
As you guys are kind of like sitting there sullen about only finding really a teddy bear and a bunch of loose change in the chest, you turn your attention to these gems. One of you would imagine that you'd estimate that the gems are probably worth about 450 gold in total for all of them, not including the diamonds that Triss took for herself, because that's what she does.
Oh, and
Yep, that's
job.
what I do. Keep
Just-
your asses alive.
I
Just
cut open
throwing
the
shade.
teddy bear.
What's that?
I cut open the teddy bear
You cut open the teddy bear.
to see if this is like maybe where he's at. Like, this is a stash.
That's just stuffing, kind of like what you expected. You would expect a normal non-hidey hole teddy bear to look like inside.
I'm gonna be honest. It would have been way less creepy if there was stuff hidden inside the teddy bear.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I thought the same thing. I was like, if maybe he had like drugs in here or something.
That explains
Nope.
why he was constantly like, "I'm a man" over and over again as we murdered
Oh
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
he did
that-
seem to have a problem with that.
Yeah, I think he's a little insecure.
I think Jeff might have been a sicko. I'm glad he's dead.
Do you guys remember when we walked towards this mine and we were horrified by the 4 dead bodies, and then we went inside and murdered like 20 people?
Yeah,
We should.
They
I-
didn't give-
I
they
don't
didn't
think it
give us
was
a choice.
20. And
it's close. They just kept coming.
They didn't give us an option.
I almost died.
I mean, I know I lost count at some point because some shit happened, but a lot. Anyway,
Yeah, we did murder a bunch.
Alright, I'm gonna do some healing here. Let's see, what is my best option?
should we load him up in the cart and do that
Oh.
on the way?
This
Sure.
yeah,
this mine, this is owned by
I'll
the
go get the
Kixi
cart.
Tavern, right? The Thieves Guild,
We assume.
we assume.
Did Jeff seem to recognize the name Alatos whenever we said it? I think Jorgen said it.
It was hard to tell because he was wearing a very form-fitting helmet.
Right.
yeah.
But when you ask about the ownership of the mine, was that asking the party or was that asking the DM?
Yes.
Well,
I didn't seem to
I-
recognize his helmet was very form fitting.
in terms
By the
of
way-
like ownership of the mine, it seemed like they were running it. Whether or not they owned it is something different.
Well, okay, so let's unpack this for a minute. So we saw a mage guy who
He was controlling all these undead dwarves.
was doing blood magic.
I think they're just dead dwarves now.
And then
You don't know that.
That's true. They could
They
just be
might be
floating in there.
underwater,
Yeah,
like
in the house while
still
we're
hammering
talking,
away.
these zombie dwarves just start floating out of the elevator hole.
Oh, God.
I
Yeah,
assumed
those-
they'd continue working.
Those were all my clansmen.
Ooh.
We're very sorry for your loss.
Well, they died a long time ago, so.
Oh.
How long ago?
Well, about 175 years ago.
That's how
That's
long
good
you've
enough.
been in this mine?
No,
Oh.
well, my clan started this mine. We had a whole system in place, and things had just kind of got off the ground when someone chipping away at the wall, and well, that hole opened up and flooded the mine. And then some time ago, I'm not sure when, I don't know how long I was down there, but a man approached me, claiming to be one of the clansmen that I thought died in the mine all those years ago. And we got to talking, and next thing I know, it's oh, I'm held captive by a bunch of people I don't know. They brought me down here. Somehow the water was all gone, and there was some couple of mages like holding back the river, and they had me build up that gate. I've been down here ever since.
How long ago was that?
I'm not sure. A year maybe.
And they were just mining iron. That's all they were doing down there. They weren't like looking for something.
Well,
Yeah,
they
I
weren't
do.
doing the mining. I mean, it was mostly, the miners, I guess. I was mining the ore. This guy here. But yeah, as far as I know, that's all they were doing. One of them, they used some sort of animation magic on all my dead clansmen, and they had them working our old machinery, producing equipment for someone.
Huh. I mean, it seems like they were making armor and arms for the Flaming Fist. I mean, whether or not they were selling them to them under a legitimate contract, or if there's some corruption within the Flaming Fist.
Did you ever see the finished products?
I mean, not very much. Most I saw of it was just a minute ago when we were making our way out.
We should get out of this place.
Yeah.
We should
Yeah.
head back to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, get your brother back to your family.
Yeah, my moms are gonna be pissed, but also really happy.
Yeah,
So
probably more
Hopefully more happy than pissed, but
a bit of both, probably.
So where are we exactly?
In the
Cloakwood.
Cloakwood?
Cloakwood.
Yeah, isn't this how you got down into the mine?
Oh, sorry, my memory's fading as I get old. But I think I'm gonna head south,
To where?
back to Barragoth.
Oh, well, we're going there after Baldur's Gate. You could stay with us.
Well, I've been away a long time, and I need to take care of some business. But if you all head that way, I'll likely still be there. I don't have much reason to leave anymore.
Do you need some healing before you leave?
I think I'll be all right.
Okay.
Watch out for evil druids through the Cloakwood
Yeah.
and rich people.
Oh, they're evil. They just don't like the rich hunters. It's not necessarily the same thing.
Oh, well, he's pretty poor, so I think he'll be okay.
All right.
Seems like a weird gamble, but all right.
Think.
As you pack up, the wagon and get everything going, setting out, kind of leaving this place. You notice Yeslik, he's kind of wandered off here. Looks like he's heading north instead of south. Doesn't fucking know where he is, but
He's just going the same direction as us.
he's
He'll be
probably okay.
Should we just like knock him out and put him in the cart?
That's how we handle everybody.
Like,
That's how we make friends, right? I think we should just insist that he comes with us.
can't you do your command thing to make him just go with us?
Command thing?
I don't know.
Your
You
friend thing.
Oh. I think I could, but that doesn't seem like the best course of action to force someone to follow us against their will.
As you guys come up in the wagon, he says, "Oh, it looks like you guys are going the same direction. Mind if I catch a ride in your wagon?"
Not at all.
All right. He
Just
climbs
don't
up.
tell him.
Don't
Yeah.
what?
don't tell him which way
We
we're
just
going.
don't tell him that we're going to Baldur's Gate. Man, it's taking a long time to get to Baragast.
This man doesn't even know where he is. All right.
All right.
Poor guy.
It's for his own good.
He climbs up in the wagon. And yeah, I mean, looking at him, he doesn't look much better than your brother, even though, despite having all of its limbs still intact.
While we're
Point of-
riding, we'll do a
Point
prayer.
of order?
Yeah.
Where are all of the other, miners?
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
we
lot
Oh
of them.
yeah,
There was,
as
there
you
was
guys
a lot.
are making your way out,
Horde of people.
That's a
you
great
see
point.
you see just like a horde of people all like moving together. It looks like they're just making their way up the road towards Baldur's Gate.
Okay. All right,
Cool.
They
just
did
making
have a
sure
little
that
bit of a head start.
just making sure that we
They have
don't
a
have
cart,
any
though.
other people that are just meandering into the forest.
Just like lemmings falling into the river.
Oh God, no.
I'm gonna slow the cart and I'm just gonna travel with them. I don't think we go without them, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Just travel together. They're all
Yeah.
gotta be pretty tired.
It doesn't seem like Briar is in a life-threatening situation, right?
I mean, he was walking around, moving around. He's probably okay, right? As far as your expert medical opinion goes.
I mean, even if he was, we have Triss, so like,
Well,
yeah. At the
fine.
very least, you trust that Triss would recognize.
Keep him alive.
yeah,
even if he
sorry.
died,
When
Triss
I-
could bring him back.
When you
When I
asked,
asked that
yeah,
question-
I understand. I was just giving you shit.
I did look over at Cammy, so
Oh well.
that doesn't help you guys. I know. I'm sorry. All right. So then we're headed back to Baldur's Gate. You were
Yep.
gonna say something, and I
I was
interrupted you.
gonna do a prayer of healing for the 6 of us in the cart.
All right.
Good.
Prayer of healing.
So everyone gets 15 points of healing.
That's pretty good.
Need it, but thank you.
Fight another Jeff.
Yeah, let's go back.
Let's not. Uh,
Can we
While we're
identify any of Jeff's
traveling-
stuff?
sorry, what?
Oh, I was gonna say, can you identify any of Jeff's stuff?
As I was about to say, while we're traveling, I would like to identify all the stuff we looted off Jeff.
All right. So Jeff had a magic helmet. It's a helmet of
Right.
protection.
Ooh.
It's basically a ring of protection, but for your
Will
head.
it fit someone else?
It's magic.
Or
It's, it's got a lot of straps, dude. You
That
could
shit.
customize the shit out of it.
It's gonna be lots of-
It's magic. I mean, seeing how well it fit Jeff, now it makes sense. Oh, magic helmet. Forms to fit the person whose head it's on. Makes sense.
I don't really want to look like a BDSM werewolf, so
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry. BDSM Werewolf has to be the name of your band.
The helmet does look exactly like Jeff's portrait. That is what the helmet looks like.
just saying, I don't think it really goes with my aesthetic.
I think it does.
BDSM Werewolf. Oh God, that should be the name of us.
Nope.
That's just the name of this
Okay.
It's
episode.
asking for trouble.
Yes, it is.
think we
Alright,
should be fruit salad.
Fruit salad does work.
I think that's asking for the same level of trouble.
Didn't he also have like a plate armor or something? Was it
He
like
did
no
have
actual
black
Yes.
plate armor.
He did. Yeah, black plate armor. It's definitely very fine, well crafted armor, but it is not magical. And then he had a glaive, which is a +1 glaive.
I was told that it was a glaive, no a halberd. Wait, it was a polearm.
It's a +1 pole arm.
Okay.
Oh my god, just make up your minds.
Is Kit in full plate yet?
Yes, I am. I think about taking the black since I'm the evil one of the group, though, so.
Are you?
How many of us have attacked each other? I guess that's true.
yeah.
Aaron's done it too.
One thing about that helmet, though, it does require proficiency in heavy armor to wear.
Yeah, so I'm not wearing that or the plate.
I ain't
Anyone
wearing
knows
any of it until
proficiency.
it's checked out by like every
Medium
fucking
armor
cleric.
only.
But the armor, though, looks pretty badass. It's not quite as off-putting as the helmet.
He is really trying to sell that.
It
I'm-
looks real cool.
This plate armor will make you
I-
so much better at
I
combat.
I will
just saying, the more
happily
you guys look at it,
I will happily take all of that stuff as soon as like every cleric in Triss's home checks it out.
For sure.
I'm not wearing any more magical items. Jorgen cannot identify bad ones.
I wasn't aware that I couldn't, to be fair. I didn't know how this worked.
Well, I'm just telling you now that it's you can't detect the most important part of a magic item, whether or not they will, make you kill your friends.
Right.
Yeah.
That does seem like an important oversight
Yeah.
in the identify process.
Maybe while we're in Baldur's Gate, you can find a spell that can do that.
It's very possible.
Like greater identify.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a remove curse sort of thing though?
Well, I think
Yeah,
there's
I mean, maybe, but
detect good and evil, which can do it, right? Can that?
That's all for creatures.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
I think
Hmm.
so.
Yeah.
Because I've had that spell before.
I feel
probably
like there's a
have it
way to
now.
detect curses.
A lot of it's dependent on the DM and how much they want to actually like mess with you with curses.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's good. Are we using this glaive? It's a +1 glaive, right?
Pole arm.
+1 pole arm,
Who
dealer's
knows?
choice.
Call it
not a
whatever you
quarterstaff.
want. It's a stick.
It's not a stick. I
It's a-
just said it's not
It's
a
a
quarterstaff.
stick with a pointy bit.
some metal. Yeah.
That's not for me.
What's the
so-
damage on that?
D10.
Yikes.
But it's two-handed.
It is two-handed. And also, yeah, okay. Never mind.
It's not versatile, I don't think.
No,
Yeah,
it's two-handed. It's a two-handed reach weapon,
I'd have to drop my shield if I was going to use it.
but probably worth some money.
I mean, you could take the helmet and then it wouldn't matter, right? It'd be
Mm,
worth it. I guess it
Shield,
will drop one, but
you think Lucky Aiello would probably give you a good deal in
we're
trade? on
never
something
going
like
back there.
No, we're going
we are
back
going
there.
back there immediately.
But there's a good
Okay.
chance that we're going to leave and there's going to be arson involved.
I was gonna say, we're gonna go back and burn that place to the ground.
Remember
We're
that
gonna-
fireball?
We're going to stand there and we're going to make him we're going to make him attuned to every item he owns.
Oh boy.
The fact that he didn't know that it wasn't a bag of holding probably should have been our first clue.
I don't
We
think he didn't know.
really- it doesn't really matter though, does it? He profited off of it.
Yeah.
So I feel
We
like he
get
owes
at
us
the
something.
Boulder's Gate and that entire building's just missing. It's just gone.
Aaron, what did you do?
Was it ever there?
How did you do this?
It was all a dream.
He actually got that shop on a discount, and this is what happened.
It was also cursed.
You guys travel for the rest of the day here. Kind of moving at a slower pace. You have ventured people in the cart, and you also are just kind of trying to keep pace with all these miners. And you break for camp.
Before I go to bed, I would send a message. We'll use my last spell slot
Mm-hmm.
to let the moms know that I found Briar and that we're heading home.
All right. She will respond. Just say that that's great. Please make it home safe. Your mother says to tell Briar that he's grounded, and that also you are still grounded when you get back.
If Briar is conscious, I will let him know that.
If you get back.
They know something.
Briar, he's been kind of slipping in and out of consciousness throughout. Haven't had much time to really have a good talk with him during this first day of travel. But you think that the night's rest combined with the healing that you've done today and the additional healing that you'll likely perform tomorrow, that he should make it through just fine.
Okay.
You guys will break for camp. Does anyone else have anything they'd like to do before they do the slip?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron's just kind of going to wander around. He doesn't really have anything to do specifically, so he's just going to kind of smoke and walk around the edge of. I'm assuming we kind of created like a bit of a camp with these dwarves. Like, there's a number of them.
Yeah, and they're
So-
not the actual miners that you guys saved. They're not dwarves. Like there was
Ah.
like two dwarves, Yeslet being one of them. These are people like they appear to be like from all different races, places.
Okay, well then I'll pretty much just kind of wander around through everybody, the campsite, check, you know, take watches or whatever.
All right. You all do that, and you go to sleep. If nothing happens while you're sleeping, you wake up the next day.
He says like he doesn't have control of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you don't. And yeah, you all wake up. You pack up your camp, and you set off. And you guys will basically just barely make it to Ludlow, which is just a very small little town you guys have been through before. Well, actually, kind of knowing that potentially on-keg mating season is still a thing right now, you guys think maybe it would be best not to.
Like this town should not be a town. There's no. It's just, they're
You
like,
guys think it may be better to camp like maybe a mile out in either direction?
you guys know it's a great place to build our lives on top of this giant mutant anthill.
Dogs quieted.
At least they eat our children.
You guys keep going about a mile past the fake hole in the ground town. Make your camp there so that you're not, that all the miners don't die in the night to all these on kegs.
Oh God.
And yeah, you guys will make camp. Triss, you've kind of been doing some more healing magic here to Briar, kind of as you think like is necessary, and you think that by tomorrow morning he should be right as rain. Should be mostly, well enough to walk on his own and understand where he is and be able to actually hold on a conversation.
Get yelled at.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You probably thought about yelling at him before, but you're like, what's the point? He's like, I'm just gonna have to do it again. So what do
Wait
you
till he's
do?
conscious.
Yeah, it's up to you. But
No,
you
I'll yell
guys,
at him tomorrow. Give him one more day.
you guys do.
He fakes the next 2 days.
Yeah, he just fakes it. You guys break for camp. That's a great idea. And is there anything anyone would like to do before you guys go to sleep?
I don't think is there anything for us to do? Like, we have all the items. We didn't find any more information or like lore stuff in the mine, right?
To be
No.
fair, we didn't spend a lot of time searching the mine.
Jorgen found a spell book.
Oh, he
I
found a
did.
couple, right?
And
Yeah, he's found 2.
I'm adding those 2 rituals to my spellbook.
At some point, we're gonna have to learn how to manipulate these teleportation circles, because this is the second time.
I will put somebody on that.
You.
I'm
You're
gonna
the
put
Aaron.
you on
person.
that.
Get on it.
Again, I was told that it was like magic beyond my level of comprehension.
Who told you
Well,
that?
start
Don't listen to him.
comprehending.
Start comprehending.
Who
You
told you that? Only all of my teachers every day I went to school for magic.
I mean, I don't know why you gotta,
Get those
bring that up.
voices
That's
voices
just
out of your head,
that's
okay?
just rude.
All right. So you guys will make camp. You go to sleep. You set up watches. Assuming the night is uneventful, you wake up the next day. And yeah, Briar seems to be okay. Probably in good enough condition to get yelled at, you think.
Oh, okay. Well, then the yelling shall commence.
Okay.
What the hell were you thinking? You took the staff? What is wrong with you? You know that this is a sacred artifact. What were you doing with it?
He takes a minute. He doesn't respond right away. Well, I'm sorry?
Didn't answer any of my questions. Why did you do it?
We really have to do this now?
Well, you're gonna have to do it with moms pretty soon. So you might want to figure out your answers.
Oh, I mean, that's a worm's crossing up ahead, which means probably get to Baldur's Gate by nightfall.
Uh-huh. So you
Maybe.
have a day to figure this out.
Yeah, let me try and use the day to try and come up with a good enough excuse that you guys would think is reasonable.
Or you
How
could
about
just
you just come up with the truth?
yeah.
You know moms don't handle bullshit.
Kind of
When have
why
we ever gotten away with that?
I took the staff in the first place, though.
Because they don't let us get away with bullshit?
Because I didn't want to have this conversation.
How'd that work out for you?
I mean, not this conversation exactly, but conversation like this. And not very well.
Yeah.
Kind of just rubs his arm.
Not a good idea. I don't understand why you would steal it. Like, if you want to leave, leave. Like, I know you weren't happy, but to take this with you. And then I found it, and I thought you were dead because someone else had it.
That was kind of part of the reason why I took it was, among other reasons, then maybe you guys would be so mad that you wouldn't try and come find me. I knew that you all wouldn't, like, turn me in or anything, so I figured you'd just let me go and I wouldn't have to talk to you guys about it. So I guess I hope that you wouldn't come after me, but I'm kind of glad you did, because I'd be dead if you didn't.
In no world would I not come after you. I was held prisoner for a month, and I still came after you. As soon as I was free, you were the first thing that I wanted to do. I will always come after you. You're my brother, that's my job, is to keep you safe. If you're not happy, we can go live somewhere else. You can do something else. We don't get to just run away and disappear.
You were held prisoner for a month?
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Yes, moms know. Yes, they're pissed. I don't know, there was a mage. He took me from my room. How is that even possible?
I don't know.
I don't know. He took these people as well. That's how we met. I don't know. He did some sort of test. That he was looking for some power that I didn't have. So he took me by mistake. I don't know. And then we figured out apparently we're all children of gods. So there's
Wait,
that.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know.
is this like a child of God thing where like, we're all children of gods,
No,
or
this is like a literal thing. Which I don't understand. And I don't know how it's possible. Because I knew both of my parents.
that's what I was gonna say. I didn't think either of your parents were, you know,
Gods?
yeah, I think you would have mentioned that.
No, they were just farmers as far as I remember. Pretty sure even at 6 I would have realized that they were not normal.
So then who's your godparent then?
I don't know. There was some guy, he tried to like test my blood, but I wasn't on the list of gods he knew. So, I don't know.
Probably because nobody's ever heard of a farmer god before.
There's plenty of nature gods, you know,
I'm just
like the
saying.
one I worship.
Well,
There's a bunch of those. What do you mean a farmer
well,
god?
I'm just saying, if both of your parents were just farmers, they probably weren't really well-known gods then.
That's kind of insensitive.
That's just Kit. She
Sucks.
says things without thinking about them.
Well, then who's your godparent then? Looks at Kit.
The bad one, I think. I don't know. Not a god person. Who is it again? It was Baul?
Baul or Bale? Wasn't it?
It's
Wasn't there
really-
another pronunciation
Yeah.
of it?
Bale's a different universe.
I don't remember which one was the correct one. I'm
keep
sorry.
forgetting
Ball.
too.
In Forgotten Realms, it's Ball. It's pronounced Ball.
Baul.
A
Got it.
really dumb one.
Spelled
Yeah, Ball
differently
gods.
too.
You know, the god of murder. Apparently he had a lot of children though. Like a lot.
Yeah.
So we're trying to hunt that guy down.
Not a farmer, by the way.
Yeah.
Wait, are we trying to hunt that guy down?
Irenicus? Yes.
No.
The guy that
well,
kidnapped us, not the god.
Ball. Yeah, I was like, are we, I thought we were really trying to get that guy.
No,
Right?
no, he's supposedly dead.
I don't
I was gonna say.
think we go after gods. That seems like a bad idea.
No, we're going after a mage
Well,
that can
unless we find a
kidnap people from
god-killing
walkthrough.
weapon.
I mean, I guess Irenicus feels somewhat like a god in that he's way more powerful than we know of. An unknown amount of power, I guess, and
Uh,
terrifying and sacrifices people.
yeah, but he took someone that we need to get back.
You think he's still alive? After
If
all
he
this
was
time?
trying to use his power for something, then probably.
Yeah, but do you keep people alive to take their power?
I don't know. I've never taken anyone's power before, Kit.
I'm just saying, I don't.
I use my own moderate amount of power, and that's it. If I need more, I pray, and sometimes I get a little bit.
I just don't think we should be expecting to find the Abel that you knew.
Well, I didn't know him. I knew his brother. Briefly. Mostly I tried to keep him alive.
Wait, who knew Abel? It was
I knew
Jordan.
Abel.
Yeah, okay.
I knew Adrian.
Still, though, I don't know, like, in what form we're going to find him, but that
He's-
doesn't mean that we're not going to try.
Well, I'm not saying we don't save him, because obviously, but I don't know that it's gonna be like saving him might look like, killing him because he's been brainwashed or become a zombie person or something.
That is really grim.
Well,
I suppose it's a possible future, but
I just don't want to get our hopes up and then be disappointed whenever we have to, like, in the moment, If we go in with low expectations, then
I don't know if that's super morbid or just really effective.
we've had to kill a lot of people lately, and, not all of them had to die.
I definitely get it.
I get what you're saying. But in that case, then we'll just have to avenge him.
We have a lot of
Maybe,
reasons to kill Iron, I guess.
maybe there's something
True.
there that we can use for a name.
The Avengers? This is a great name.
The Revengers?
Oh, that's what's knocking on my door. No lawyers, no. Ah!
You have to edit that out.
I'm sorry. We're
I'll
not
just
allowed to
bleep
make
it.
Disney jokes.
Disney is very litigious.
That is true.
Hmm.
Alright, you guys will kind of talk about all these things that have happened to you. The look on Briar's face kind of says that maybe he doesn't 100% believe you guys and thinks maybe you're just fucking with him. But after a long day's ride, much longer given the slow pace that you're taking here, you will kind of make it close enough to Baldur's Gate that you can push onward so that you're able to arrive here at nightfall.
What are we doing first?
I don't know where all of these miners are going.
I think
We-
we pushed forward, didn't we?
What?
Like, did we push ahead of them? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
we were traveling with them.
Okay.
I meant
when
like. Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to clarify what I meant by pushing forward. Like, so normally you would have stopped when you were like 5
okay.
miles away, but because you're almost there, you push the extra 5 miles. With the
Alright.
miners, they come with you. Whenever you do arrive at Baldur's Gate, you'll be thanked by most of them will come up and like thank some of you or all of you for helping them out. As they'll slowly just kind of start to disperse and go on their way.
I need to go home. I need to take Briar home.
Maybe we could go stop by the tavern first.
No,
Which one were you thinking?
you have no money.
Maybe the elf song.
Why?
I have a tab there.
Oh,
How do you have a
Jesus.
tab at the Elf Song Tavern?
Well, I mean, maybe actually now that I think about it, maybe we shouldn't go back there
That
because I have a
sounds-
tab there.
Yeah, it sounds like a terrible idea. You ran out on your tab.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the Keeksy Tavern's right over there. I mean, we could always go there.
Yeah, might
I
as
hear
well
you
just
have a way. I hear you have a way in.
pop in.
Yeah, I
for-
mean,
And
you
a
can go
way
there
out.
if you want to get captured and kidnapped by a wizard, I guess.
It hasn't been our experience.
Apparently, it has. Well,
It's a
maybe not
different
this
wizard,
tavern.
but they do work together.
Oh.
So maybe you should probably lay low and not be seen by people.
You're very recognizable. And if they don't know already, they're gonna know pretty soon what we did. So we should go home.
It's dawning on me now that if we had hid those bodies on the surface level, it would have just looked like the mine flooded. Oh well.
All right, let's go back.
Yeah.
All right, you guys turn around.
That'll be fine, right?
Guys,
Yeah,
I
this
thought
was like a 3 days ago idea.
Yep.
I thought of another name for a group. Instead of the Avengers, we could just be called the Justice League. We're giving out justice, you know?
Edit that out.
mean-
You guys head to Chandler House.
Yeah.
All right. You guys head to Chandler House. Shit.
Do you guys think that the guy in charge of the Flaming Fist was in on any of this?
No.
I feel like there's only one way to find out.
They were buying armor and weapons from the Tixie Tavern people.
Yeah. It's either like he is corrupt and we were very easily duped, or he is doing it on purpose to try to find out more information. Right?
Like a sting.
Yeah.
We need to update this picture.
I found him. Oh, yeah.
Oh, just too
Yeah.
like erasing.
You know
Yeah,
what?
we have the arm.
Chris is just that good at healing, right? She just.
I think someone
Right,
can
it's-
reattach it.
It's canon. If any of us ever lose a limb,
Noted.
But you arrive back home. Your favorite mom greets you.
Mama, I told you I'd come back. I really don't want to be grounded.
She rushes towards both you and your brother. She hugs both of you. Says, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you're safe." But I have to go tell Rose Thorn. She told me to let her know immediately as soon as you arrived. And she looks at Briar.
Don't worry, I won't let him leave.
All right. She heads upstairs, comes back down, and at this point, Chandler family is reunited. And yeah, Rose Thorn, she just starts yelling at both of you. She's like switching back and forth, yelling at him for everything he did, and then completely different topic, yelling at you for what you did. It looks as though she's trying to give it out in equal measure. The rest of the party, you are helpless, but to just sit there and just endure this family drama as it unfolds before you.
Are there any snacks?
she asks in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I had to go get him. I had to leave. I told you. I'm sorry I disappeared again. I didn't mean to do that. But I had to leave quickly. And I found him.
And that's good, but you're both grounded.
You know we're adults, right?
Chris, you're grounded for. She looks at Lark. She says, "A month. How about a month?" Briar, 2 weeks.
The fuck?
Doesn't make any sense. I went out to rescue him. He just stole a staff and disappeared and got himself kidnapped.
She kind of pulls you aside for a moment. She said, "Yes, but if I ground him for any longer, he may just try and run away again."
Fair enough.
That makes no sense.
I can ground you as long as I see fit. If you're
She's
not
counting
going
his
anywhere.
time served.
So if you're extra bad, then you have less punishment. Noted.
That seems kind of messed up.
Yeah. Also, sorry to interject in your family drama, but Tris cannot be grounded.
What do you mean she
do-
can't be grounded?
I do still have stuff to do. I can come back and be grounded later.
Well, see, if she stays here and you ground her, then we will die, and that's just not a good thing.
I mean, we normally die, but we don't come back, right? So
Well, that's what I mean, like die permanently, like we'll
yeah,
die, be dead.
right,
So
right.
you're killing 3 people if you ground her, I'm just saying.
Eventually, yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Inevitably. I mean, let's be
Yep.
honest.
Lark will head off to go start a dinner for you all. Um, as you all, some of you may have noticed, like Briar, he's been holding like his arm, like hiding it like behind his back this whole time. You're not sure if the moms have seen it yet, but you know that'll probably lead to another argument later. Um, but yeah,
Jesus.
These snacks are terrible. As Aaron's like eating the bowl of potpourri.
It's very
Yeah, that's
floral.
not food.
Oh yeah, that's stuff you put in your pipe.
It's
Oh,
not that either. It's just stuff that smells good. Just makes the house smell nice. Act like you've been in a house before.
I mean,
Tall order.
Yeah, kind of asking for a lot.
I kind of thought I was.
Just imagine him with his legs crossed trying to sit all night while eating potpourri.
Again, I'm sorry. I haven't used the staff. Well, I used it once, but I still can't seem to get rid of it. I can't seem to give it back. And I don't know what to do about that. Do you think now that I brought Briar home, I can give it back?
Rosethorn shrugs. Just, I don't know.
I don't know why she wants me to have it. Thought maybe it was so I could just save him. But I don't feel right using it.
Well, I think that you should just do whatever feels right for you. There's gotta be a reason for all of this, so I think that once you're done with it, then you'll probably know. There probably won't be much question
I
about it.
guess that makes sense.
As the table is set for what for them is, you know, they're not really eating, as this is like a second dinner that they're kind of making for you guys. So you've come back late. They'll ask, what is it that you have left that you still need to do?
Kill a
Going,
wizard.
going to find the person who started all of this. He's doing something very bad. I don't know for sure, but I think he might be trying to bring back a god, and I can't let that happen.
Well,
So,
of all of the dangerous things that you've done and that you've, you know, this seems like the most dangerous
and
thing.
I know, but I can't just not do anything. You taught me to do the right thing. This is the right thing.
And why do you think that he's trying to bring back a god? I thought you said that there were people here that you thought were trying to bring back a
No,
god.
I think the people here are, but it's all related. They're doing something with the children of gods. And I don't know what that is. But I know it's not good.
Oh, that
And a
was us.
lot of people are dying. Or disappearing.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to think about if that's the right course of action while you're grounded. Now, if you excuse me, I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Good night.
Well, that wasn't so bad. I mean, sucks you
Oh.
can't fly for a while, but
It comes in waves. She'll probably be angry again tomorrow. Especially because I don't think she noticed Briar's arm. And that's gonna be another fight. Although, Mama, I have the arm. Is that something that we can somehow fix?
I'm not sure. We'd have to ask Nico.
Okay. We'll go see him. Cause I put it in the bag and that's supposed to keep it safe, I think. I don't really know how that works.
Put it in a bag?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it out of the bag, see what sort of shape it's in.
It's a pretty full bag.
We like wrapped it in like
Saran wrap?
I think it was just in robes, but yeah.
fantasy wizard robes.
You guys have it wrapped up. You pull it out of the bag of the handy haversack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it looks pretty similar to when you put it in there a couple days ago.
Doesn't seem like it's decomposing, so I thought maybe since I kept it safe, we could put it back.
Well, you know what? Maybe this is something worth waking Nico up about. I think there is a chance, probably sooner, better than later.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah. Maybe with the arms back, then Mom won't yell anymore.
Oh, she'll still yell, but also, I don't think you're really grounded, but
Oh, yeah, no,
I
I know.
think she felt like she had to. You, Briar, you are definitely grounded, but let's go see Nico.
Okay.
We're coming too.
All right, whole party's going to see Nico. All right, you guys head out into the courtyard here. What am I doing? Where is it? And you all walk over to Nico's house. Lark knocks on the door. Nico will answer. Where is he? Where Nico? Anyway, his token's somewhere. But the old man kind of rubs his eyes and says, "Yes, can I help you?"
We need some help with healing. That's beyond my skills. And you and Mama taught me everything I know. So between the
Well,
two of you, maybe you can fix it?
well, what are we talking about here?
Attaching an arm?
Oh,
Briar's arm?
oh, oh, hey, Briar. I can see you there. Well,
And I will pull out the arm again.
oh,
Just so you know, we did fish it out of a cauldron that was being used for like some kind of undead blood ritual to control undead dwarves.
so it was kept moist then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A few
Well, I
days
guess,
ago.
oh, a couple of days ago.
But then we put it in that handy haversack, and it doesn't look like it's decomposed since then. Don't exactly know how those things work, but
Well, we can try, but I don't want to get your hopes up. I think it's pretty unlikely to be able to do anything about this. But yeah, if you leave Briar here for the night, I can see what I can do. No promises.
Thank you.
Just so you know, he's grounded. So
Yeah,
Oh.
but grounded means he like can't leave the temple grounds, so it's fine. And we can leave him with Nico.
We find a way to like mark him so that if he does try to run away, we can find him again.
I can do that.
Couldn't we just have
I just have to hit him.
our watermelon, get his scent? Isn't that how that works?
I don't know. What if Sandy just like watched him?
Yeah, we can use Andy. Are you worried he's gonna run again?
A little.
I'm not going anywhere.
I don't trust you.
Where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do now?
I don't know.
Probably
But
back
I've
to the Keystone
spent
Tavern.
months hunting you down.
Yeah, took a little while.
I know. That's another reason why I won't run again.
I mean,
I don't believe him.
I don't know if I believe him.
Chris, you believe.
I don't think he's
I
going
believe him
anywhere.
less now.
At least we know he's not a threat to anybody here since he's been disarmed.
Really.
No? Nothing?
Pretty
Really?
fucked up.
Okay.
Nico laughs.
Too soon? Alright, sorry. I've had days to think of that one.
Alright, well, you guys go somewhere else.
We will do that. Somewhere else it is.
I think that's somewhere else's bed.
Is that like a tavern in town? Somewhere else?
That's a
No.
good name for a tavern, though.
That is a good name. Maybe when we retire from all of this, we'll open this somewhere else.
Yeah, just somewhere else, not here.
No, Baldur's Gate's pretty nice. Strong tourist trade.
I really don't like it.
A lot of murderers. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it's home.
Aren't you one
It's
of
got
them?
Watermelons.
Yeah.
That's true. You did murder someone the last time we were here.
He started it.
I
it-
believe you.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Did I
Well,
also
that's not
start it
murder.
when I got hit in the face with
I
an
mean,
axe?
yeah, look at your face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
All
man,
right.
does that mean I'm just basically James now?
In that
Oh, James, our best
you've,
friend.
you've also failed at killing me?
Wait, you remember James's name?
I mean, you just said it, so that's the only reason I remember it.
Alright, I guess we're going to bed?
Unless there's anything y'all want to do, but
Hey, are we going to a ye old tavern?
Oh,
Just
yeah,
to get
did
a
we
room and
things-
leave?
no, we'll just sleep here.
We are their entire industry.
It's
Where are
honestly
we
true.
sleeping? In the temple?
Yeah, we've stayed here before.
I thought we stayed at your parents'.
Yeah, well, my parents is at the temple.
Yeah, there's like houses in the
yeah.
temple grounds.
A parsonage.
It's part of the temple.
For some reason, I thought we slept in. Well, I guess Briar's not home, so alright.
No, you
He
can
did.
still
He
sleep
slept
in his
in his
bedroom.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but he's not there, so we can just steal that again. Sounds
that's
good.
right.
Yep.
All right, so you guys head back into the Chandler house, and you go to sleep, and you wake up.
Is it too soon to go check on Briar? Probably.
I mean, no, he said come back in the morning.
I keep forgetting that I keep thinking that the symbol of the werewolf is the thing that needs to move. So
no, that's days.
yeah, no.
That would be
that
bad
now.
if it was every day.
Oh boy, all watermelon all the time.
Yeah.
Why
What
even
a
have a calendar?
What a time to be alive.
We wouldn't be. I think that's the concern.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
we're
what are we-
gonna go check on Briar.
All right.
Or at least I am.
Over the long rest, did anyone attune to any of the any items or anything?
Fuck no.
No one's gonna.
I'm
no
not
one
even
wants
gonna let anybody do it.
Is there anybody here
No
at the
items
temple?
allowed. Huh?
You could ask Nico.
Yes, I would like to do
Yeah,
that.
I was
Ask Nico
just-
if there's
Okay.
anybody here that can figure out if these items are safe.
Yeah, I was just letting your
Alright.
brother take priority for a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
So you all, you head back over. You knock on Nico's door. He answers the door. Hello. Good morning.
Morning. How did it go?
Well,
He's a fish
Not-
now.
not great. I don't know. Oh, I did have one thought.
Okay.
No one's used the staff of Shantia to do anything in quite some time. I know that it has great magical power. It was touched by the goddess. So, do you think you might be able to do something with it?
I mean, all I've done is make thunder, but I can try.
Well, I think that's unfortunately our only option left.
I mean, if you'll, I guess, help me, guide me. Not, do you think I just like pray? I don't,
Well,
I don't know.
that's probably a good start. I can't say for certain. To be honest, I think that if anyone here would know, it would be you.
I haven't used it because I
Didn't your mom tell you to do what you think is right?
yeah.
Just do that. Whatever comes natural. Give that a try.
Just like shake out the nerves, loosen up, let your mind, meditate a little bit.
Yeah, summon some lightning somewhere else so you know what that feels like to not do.
Oh, that, well, yeah, don't do that.
All right. So next to Briar, I will take out the staff and like lay it over him. And I guess I'm just gonna start praying. Because I don't know what else to do here.
Alright.
And just hoping that somehow this works.
Alright, so what you are doing currently is you're imploring your deity's aid, for your deity's aid. You need to describe the assistance you seek, and then you're gonna roll a percentile.
Oh no.
This will go well.
Oh man.
I seek to heal Briar and make him whole again. That's the best choice he's got here.
Alright. Your target number is a 10 or lower.
Oh,
Well,
did not do that.
What'd you get here? 21. Very close. Unfortunately, nothing happens.
have we ever seen anybody in this world with like a robotic arm?
No.
Well,
Not-
then I guess.
The closest thing you would have seen is your old friend from the House of Mistra, who makes all the wacky gadgets, most of which don't really
So
work.
that is what I was gonna say. I'm not sure if he could do it, but if anybody could.
Well, we'll keep that in mind.
Are we headed back that way soon anyway?
Yeah, but I thought you didn't want to go there.
That's fine.
Well,
Well, unfortunate, but other than that, Briar's fine, and you should take him home.
Nico, when you pray, does she actually answer you?
No,
Okay.
it's
'Cause
not
people
how
keep
it works.
asking me, and I keep telling them that's not how it works. But then I thought maybe it was just me.
It is so extremely rare. I mean,
Okay, 'cause I'm like, I pray 'cause I talk to her, she doesn't talk to me.
she doesn't talk to me either. Never.
And if she was gonna talk to anybody, it would be you. So,
Oh.
okay, then that makes sense to me. I did have one more thing. Is there anyone at the temple who could tell me if an item was cursed?
Oh,
I had a bad experience with a cursed item, and I'm not looking to repeat it.
But yeah, that discount magic store in town, don't go there.
well, I could have told you that.
I wish you had.
We were
Well,
on
I
a
mean,
budget.
common sense. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, I feel like we paid a lot of money.
Well, and you got ripped off.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I agree. We're gonna
Well,
go deal with that next.
as far as telling whether an item's cursed or not, well, that's kind of the point. It wouldn't be a very good curse if any, wizard could, cast a ritual on it and immediately know.
So there's
So,
no way to know unless you
no, you have to.
activate it.
Well, how do we get rid of curses then? So, like, if we find out that we're cursed, or like
Well,
detect a curse?
a
There,
cleric, a powerful cleric can remove a curse from a person.
Oh, we got one of those.
I don't know how to do that, guys.
How does said powerful cleric do that?
Oh, it's a
They
spell,
they multi-class wizard.
I'm not that powerful, guys.
multi-class.
Don't he just says
Exactly.
things that don't make sense. I just ignore him.
He just
yeah,
needs to take another class to learn how to do it, right?
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
I mean,
it
I've
was
studied
cool.
a lot of magic, but it wasn't about that. It was about
So,
like healing people and
what's
nature and
what's
Well, I
Tristan's
mean,
gardening.
highest, what's Tristan's highest spell slot?
3.
Oh,
removing a removing a curse from someone isn't much different from healing them. I mean, a curse is an affliction, just like a disease or a
Right?
wound. Um, I think I might have a scroll around here somewhere. Maybe
Okay
you
then.
could look it over and see if it's something you think you could do.
That would be great. As a side note, it's something I've been able to do and just totally missed.
aha, nice.
Sorry.
Well, now
I
sorry.
you
As I'm
mean,
got
to
looking at,
be fair,
I don't know how to play a cleric, but as I'm looking at the spell, and I'm like, oh, the clerics can cast this
hey,
3rd level.
if
Yeah.
if your cleric doesn't know the remove curse spell, it's about time she learned it. So
Yeah,
Nico
no,
goes and
learned
he
it.
he
Okay.
rummages around and
she never had a
finds
reason to use it before.
pulls out this scroll. It's like, wrapped in this very protective case. Opens it carefully, removes it, and gives it to you. He says, "Now don't use it. Just look it over.
Okay.
See if anything comes to mind."
Oh. So it is like healing, sort of.
it's remove curse, not remove worst.
I'm sorry, what?
She just got this
Triss
spell
looks
going
over the
on.
scroll and she does like a facepalm moment where she's like, "Oh." She looks at Kit like,
Sorry.
Fine, I kind of deserved it, to be fair.
To be fair, I didn't know you were cursed until, like,
Too
I
late.
couldn't have done anything at that moment.
Does that
Until
require like what is the word I'm trying to think of? Components that you can only use once?
no.
No.
Okay, cool. Because then we can just like every time somebody attunes
Oh.
to something new.
So I don't know if this actually tells you whether or not the object is
Nope.
cursed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, since we can't figure out if a thing is cursed, what we can do is every time somebody gets something magical that's new and attunes to it, she just goes pop at the end of the night, and then we just make sure clear up any curses.
I mean, she's gonna have to have it prepared every single day.
I also can't remove a curse from an object.
It just breaks attunement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't.
Just
You can't keep
keep an
using
eye
it.
out, and if you find anything and you think it might be cursed, you just cast this spell, and it'll remove that curse. Won't remove it from the item, but
Yeah.
it'll keep the item from having any sway over the person anymore.
Oh, but like they can't use it anymore.
No.
Well,
But it's still cursed.
it depends, but I wouldn't advise it.
Shame.
Unless it's one of those good curses.
What's a good curse?
What is a good curse?
I don't know.
Definitely not one that makes you kill your friends. Say that.
Turn
One of
into
those
a werewolf.
curses that it's like, monkey's paw. It's like you can never die, which sounds really good, but it's actually terrible.
How's that a good curse?
I don't know.
Again, he
Or like
just
once
says
once a
things.
month you turn into like a raging monster or something.
Yeah, good curses
But
like that.
between the once a month you can kind of become a little monster.
Thank you. I knew
Right.
somebody would understand.
I'd love to continue this conversation, but I have work to do.
Us too. Thanks.
So please
Take
leave.
right home, and I'll see you later.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Nico runs off.
You think he could be like the evil guy that we have to fight at the end of this?
Nico?
You think he could be Irenicus?
No,
No.
we've seen Irenicus.
You've seen what Irenicus wanted us to see.
Fair enough.
I've known Nico most of my life. No.
The long con.
Long con.
And then you guys did what?
So we have most of the day ahead of us, right?
You
Pretty
do.
much all of it, yeah.
All right. Two things that I definitely want to do.
Arson.
Well, yes. So arson, the discount store. Flaming fist might also be arson. Do you think we should take Briar and/or his blood to go get tested? Do you think he
Oh,
could be the
also,
son of a
didn't
god?
we have somebody? Didn't we have somebody working on that super evil death door that we found?
Yeah, they were working on breaking through the wall for us. They were also working on a potion for you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's worry about that one. But the wall, the door, like
Oh,
I kind of want to open the other side of that door.
So I do think that that might be the last thing we want to do since it's going to cause problems, unless you want to jump into it. Okay, but again, same people. Do you think we should get Briar's blood tested?
I mean, you can.
I don't know if Robert knows this, so Jorgen's gonna ask, do you have the same parents? Is it actually your brother?
If you look at us, you can tell he's a human.
Could be. You you know,
No, no, we do not have the same parent.
You think she's just like real short, or
could be. Also could be half brother. I don't know.
No,
Okay.
we're both adopted.
Okay.
Tris? You have some weird friends.
I know, but
I'm
they're
just
good
making
people.
sure that if we leave him, he's not going to be in danger of being kidnapped and sacrificed for a god.
No, I mean, yeah,
I mean,
sure, we should check that, but
If
But
we're not
here's the
worried about
thing.
it, then we don't need to worry about
Do
it.
we have to be concerned about this guy forever now? Because I feel like he got his one, and if he gets caught again, that's kind of on him.
That's not how family works.
So are you saying the guy, her brother?
Yeah,
This
Sorry,
this
so-
guy happens to be standing right here,
yeah, I'm
and
aware.
this
Now,
guy
you
can
guys-
protect himself. As he's swinging around his arm, he realizes that like it's not there anymore, so you don't see what hand gesture he thinks he's doing. And
It's really sad.
I was
sure
gonna look
you-
at him and go, "You've done a great job so far."
whatever it is you all have planned, first thing I have to do is I have to go talk to them all, because I realized last night that I never actually explained why I did what I did, so I
Yeah.
guess I need to go.
Yep, you've yet to do that to anybody. Explain why you did the things that you did.
Sorry, who are you?
Oh, you know,
Oh.
the person who actually doesn't want to get your sister killed by making her save you.
Also, the person that helped save your life.
Well, I don't really do much of that.
You were there?
To be honest, we almost walked right past him.
It's so true.
Like there was a door, and
let's
we were
not
like,
talk
let's
about
not check this one door.
Wait, you
The one
almost
door
left
that
me?
Jorgen's like, "Hey, we should definitely check this door." Yeah.
All right. I don't know why any of this matters. Like, we were gonna
doesn't.
check all the doors. We were looking for him.
Obviously.
It's not like we were gonna get to the end of that hallway and be like, well, he's not here, so I guess we'll go home.
Also, like, we should just, from now on, if Jorgen says, look at this door, maybe we should look at the door.
I feel like that puts a lot of pressure on me, and I don't like
And
that.
you deserve it.
You're just gonna be co-leader. It's fine.
Co-leader. Okay.
You could be
is
full leader.
Is that like assistant to the manager as
Yeah.
opposed to assistant manager?
You're the VP.
All right. I mean, does that come with a pay increase?
Well, as a co-leader of doors, specifically.
Yeah,
Co-leader of
yeah,
doors.
exactly.
Could
Co-leader
I be
of direction.
Could I just be leader of doors? Like,
Yeah. Up a,
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah, you
that's
get to
okay.
open all the doors from now on. I like this.
especially the locked ones, because
Yeah,
that's
that's definitely.
that's just kind of what I do.
Does that mean you also have to go through all the doors first? Because I hate doing that.
No, he just opens them.
No.
I feel like that's not what I do here, right? That's not part of the role.
No, you're
I've
more
been
of a
given.
at the back sort of.
Maybe in the
Lead
middle.
from behind, right?
Yeah, and they might come from the back, so I prefer the middle personally. But it doesn't matter.
But there's only 4 of us, so it's kind of hard to be in the middle.
All right.
What about the top?
I could do that.
Yeah, just float above us.
I can do that. You've seen it.
I believe it. Yeah, magic.
Also, are we going to talk about the bag of sand you had with it that one time?
I don't think anybody here saw that.
I thought
I'm pretty sure you were unconscious at the time.
I was not yet.
We all know that he does sand magic. I don't know why a bag of sand would be surprising.
It turned into a person.
Okay, that's a little more surprising. When
It's
did this
fine.
happen?
When you were in your state. And
Gotcha.
then
Shortly after you tried to murder me in the face with an axe.
and so then I thought I could step into your role and take all the damage.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that.
Oh.
I was busy at the time.
Aaron ran away.
Are we not going to talk about that? The fact that he just ran away?
It was just me and Jorgen.
I mean, I
You
did
left
take-
Jorgen and Triss?
They were fine. I had to get the thing away from you so you stopped trying to kill them.
Was I fine? I'm pretty sure I almost died.
She
Still feel like-
almost
sure-
died?
I still feel like
pretty
Kit
sure you
was
almost
the biggest
died.
threat in the room at the time, so I feel like what I did was justified.
What
Yeah,
were you fighting?
Maybe you don't understand. You took the axe and ran away. She was still in a murderous rage and proceeded to,
I came back.
murder people.
We fought a cleric. I don't know, like 4 other soldiers,
You left
some
them to
other dude
fight.
with magic.
You left them to fight 6
I
people.
came back and I ended up killing most of them.
I killed several of them before I almost died.
I'm
What?
positive
This is
I
rule number
hit
1.
some of
Triss
them.
can't die. Like, what the hell?
Oh,
She's
Jordan
fine.
saved me.
by the way, I need a new potion.
Technically I do, because I gave you mine.
Oh, okay, I forgot about that. I had a choice between using the expensive or the least expensive, but it was Triss, so I used the big one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I
Feel
mean, they have a
bad.
best use by date anyway, so.
Do they?
No, he's joking.
I'm gonna pull the bottle out and start inspecting, looking for a date.
Can we buy it from Lucky Alio?
No, we did
No.
not. We bought them in your
Friendly
place.
Arm.
Yes. So what are we doing now?
I think we should head back to the that discount place that isn't on fire and rectify that.
Didn't we go talk to the police before we go commit crimes?
If we talk to the police, then they'll know that we're back in town
Oh,
and
Oh.
then it will be suspects.
Also, didn't they make a point of saying that we should like not be seen talking to them? That seems suspicious now that we know that.
Don't come talk to us all the time.
I
we
think
did.
that this like changes things. Also, like, are we worried about your friend? Why can't I remember his name?
Jonas? No, Jonas is fine.
Are we not worried about him being with the people who may have contracted?
Well, I honestly, like, listen, what's most likely happened is they are selling these weapons and armor to the Flaming Fist because they're the largest purchaser of weapons and armor.
Yeah, I don't believe that the Flaming Fist, at least the people in power, actually know where it's coming from. There might be somebody bad in the organization that does, but I can't imagine the whole organization's
I think
corrupt.
he was already.
Oh, I don't
invested
think
in
the
these
whole
better.
organization is corrupt. I'm just thinking maybe somebody actually knew where it was coming and looked the other way because they were getting good armor, so why make a fuss? And if that's
Also-
the case, I think that we should at least punch them in the face once.
the commander said come see me when you return to the city. So I
Oh.
think we're okay to go see him.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because we told him we were leaving with the Ender.
Should we go see him in disguise?
What disguise are you going to
I already
wear?
have red hair. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pretty disguised.
We swapped hair color. I mean, what more do you want from us?
I want you two to dress like men.
Like what?
I mean, I'm wearing full plate armor.
And
It's not
And
very
then-
gendered.
Jorgen has to dress like an elf.
Like an elf?
Did you get him like ear
And
caps?
what are you doing here?
Oh, I was just gonna watch.
Yeah,
I was
that's what I
saying,
thought.
is this a fantasy of yours? Or...
I mean,
I'm writing,
if
I'm
it is,
writing a
do
screenplay.
not tell us because that I don't want to know.
Okay, I guess let's go beat up a shopkeep.
Who's taking point?
Watermelon?
Feel like
Yeah, I
Kit
feel like-
should.
I feel like-
I feel like
Do we-
Kit's
do we
the
still
one
have
who was
anything that we
wounded
bought
by
from him?
this.
The bag.
And
Isn't there something about like putting a bag inside of a bag?
yeah,
Don't we have 2 bags?
No, we only
No.
have one bag.
yes,
We have 2 bags?
we have 2. What's the word?
Extra dimensional spaces.
Yes. What do you want to do with that?
Just do that in the middle of a shop so he loses all his inventory.
But like the bag is still useful though.
We still need that bag.
Does it destroy the bag?
I believe so.
Yeah, I would.
And everything within.
There's no way of knowing. It's a myth. It might not do anything.
Well, it might destroy.
Could be wizards just wanting to like gatekeep cool stuff.
Yeah. It could. It could be wizards.
Fucking wizards, man.
I don't know if I'm gonna risk the genie's bottle on that. That's really not worth it.
No.
I thought your genie's bottle was just like an empty whiskey bottle.
Yeah. But it's also an extra dimensional space. So I think putting it inside the bag would also cause issues. I don't know that for sure, though.
Maybe that's like Plan Z.
Oh, wait. All right. How about this, Kit? Okay. You get all dressed up real nice. You go in there. You flirt with him a little bit. You get him to fall in love with you. You go out on a couple of dates. You form a 3 to 4 month long committed relationship,
You get
and then
married. You
you
have
get
several
married,
kids.
have several kids,
Okay.
and,
I think I'll go for option A, where I just punch him in the
and then
face and I
betray
say,
him.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure where you were going with this. I thought you were just like happily
betray
ever
him
after.
how?
Like,
And who would take the kids?
I don't know. Tyrannicus?
Oh,
I
Oh
mean, there's a
God.
chance that would happen.
seems like too long of a plan.
Yeah, I think I'll just walk up to him and punch him in the face.
So I definitely think that you should demand something for free, and if he doesn't agree, just take something.
Just steal? Just
You know,
steal from him?
Compensation.
what is he gonna do? We could go around town telling everybody what he sold us. Don't buy from there. It's bad stuff.
Yeah, there's illegal ways to solve this problem. You know, to like,
So you said there's legal ways to solve it?
yeah. Let's just go over there. We'll play it by ear.
Legal ways like assault?
What? No, there's legal ways like
Batteries?
I'm
like
just saying,
tarnishing his name, and denouncing his business, stuff like that. Boycotting. Doesn't have to be arson every time.
Yeah. Hashtag
It doesn't
cancel.
have to
Got
be,
it.
but I mean, it's the easiest.
Gosh.
All right. Let's see how. So you just want to take point. You got this, right?
I guess.
I mean, we'll follow your lead if you want. And
Let's just
if you
see
just
if he even knew, because I have a feeling he's just a dummy.
all right, if you say the word fireball, I'm just launching this into his shop.
Okay.
Okay.
What if I ask about the fireball bead? Like,
All right, I take that back.
can it be like fruit salad or something?
You know what? Just tell me to throw the fireball and I'll do it.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, that sounds like a better plan.
It sounds way safer. I didn't think we were gonna have an issue, but maybe.
You guys leave the bounty of the goddess.
Yes.
All right. Briar says, "All right, I'll see you later. I can't go. I'm grounded."
We'll be back later.
You guys
Yeah, you think
head.
about what you did.
You guys head to Lucky Yellow's discount store. All right.
Boy,
head
he's
in.
not gonna be so lucky.
You head in. Place is not on fire. Place actually looks a little better the last time you were here. He's doing okay.
Can I break off and go into a secluded corner of the store?
I mean, you could if he didn't like assault you the moment that you enter.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, welcome back, more satisfied customers. What can I do for you?
No.
Well, first off, we're not satisfied in the least.
Do you have a bathroom? Can I use the bathroom in here?
There's no bathroom. Bathrooms for customers only.
Yeah, we're already customers. We were purchasing
You're
stuff
not
here.
Are you customers today? You gonna buy something?
Yeah.
Actually, we need to make a
any
return.
gum?
Sorry.
We need to return something that you sold to us.
I'm sorry, friend, but all sales are final.
Yeah, why is that?
What do you mean? It's common practice.
So, I have a question about the axe you sold me.
Uh-huh.
Do you happen to know all of the qualities of said axe? Like, where'd you get it?
Well, I mean, I bought it from adventurers not unlike yourselves. That's where I get basically everything.
And their story about this axe, they just like willingly handed it to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't ask questions. I just,
You know,
well,
maybe you should start asking questions about stuff you sell, you know, like whether or not it's cursed or, you know, makes you want to kill your friends.
listen, you're just as likely to get a cursed item here as you would anywhere else in the city. That can't be accounted for. It's these things
We've
happen.
we've purchased many items. This is
I,
the first cursed item we've gotten.
I understand you. It sounds to
Odd.
me as though you were not satisfied. And I'll tell you what, customer satisfaction is our number one goal here at the Lucky Discount Store. I'll tell you what, 50% off any item in the store.
Why would we ever buy from you again?
Because I'm giving you a 50% discount. That's
On
How much
something that
How much for this belt of fire giant strength?
what? No, that's a
It's
belt
just
of
It's just
a
a
belt of frog giant strength.
Oh, it's spelled fire giant.
So that's just misprint probably. I'll make sure to
What's
change
a
that.
frog
At
giant?
some. Listen, that's not important. You
You
don't
don't
want
think it's
that.
important? We might want that.
It's like a giant frog?
It just
What
says
kind
your
of strength
too.
does it have? It's a frog.
Well,
So
I mean,
Aaron's actively trying to start a fire with a tinderbox somewhere in the building.
what? You're trying to burn this man's shop down? Yeah, you're overdoing something.
How
Anyway,
much?
Mhm.
So he offered us 50% off anything here.
that's right.
We do not have a lot of money.
I also think it should be more than 50% off.
How much for this bag of 200 gold?
I mean,
Is it
He
100 gold?
Just hands
doesn't-
100 gold.
He doesn't sell gold. That's not how commerce works. But here,
he's just selling a bag of 200 gold for like 201 gold.
Yeah, making a deal.
Oh man.
I think what we should do, walk over to Sorcerer Sundries and ask them how many of their items are cursed. And then whenever they ask why we would think such a thing about their items, we can just tell them that Lucky Aelo told us that everybody sells cursed magic items. So, if they have a
Yeah, I totally
problem,
think you should go do that, but I think half of us should stay here and make sure that anybody who comes in the store knows the likelihood of cursed items here.
I lean over and I whisper, "What's our end game?
I don't know,
We
man.
already got a 50% discount."
are you all threatening my livelihood? Trying to take food out of my children's mouths? Is that what you want?
You
You-
almost got us killed.
You already have children?
Want my children to starve?
You,
I don't.
you-
Can I insight check to see if he actually does have children?
Sure, go ahead. Let me pretend to roll something.
Oh
So-
man.
I don't know, man.
No way
All
this
right.
guy has kids.
He's
It's
a fucking
ruining
lie.
my-
And so everything you say just is a fucking lie. This is how you operate your very legal business?
Listen, I don't appreciate the legitimacy of my excellent establishment coming into question. I have already offered you a 50% discount on any item in the store. I don't know what more I could possibly do.
The
So
money back for what we bought.
you
Dance
think
for us.
you think that my friends' lives are only worth 50% of a single item in this store? Is that what you're telling me?
It depends on the item.
Do you have the item to return?
If I did, you would not be alive right now.
So
I mean,
let me get this straight. You can't even prove that the item was cursed because it's no longer in your possession, apparently. How am I supposed to give you your money back if you don't even have the item to return?
You would simply want the item, the cursed item that makes you murder everybody that you love, back? Is
I
that
don't
what you're
use
telling
any of
me?
I don't use any of the things I sell. This is adventuring gear. I'm not an adventurer.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not like Amazon. You can't just order it and they'll send you something else.
Exactly.
You know, maybe we just send the commander over to have a little chat.
Well, yeah, like I said, my business is on the up and up. Everything is in order.
All right, so what are you selling?
I have many things that you could only dream of. Much better selection than what you see over at Sorceress Sundries, and at much deeper discount.
Yeah,
It-
because it's all bullshit.
And just as cursed.
I don't know, I feel like we should tell Sorcerer Sundries about the sundrying of their name. Or this dickwad.
Hey, it's called competitive advertising. I'm within my right to do that.
And they're in their right to have some words with you. Because I guarantee you their magical items are much more powerful.
That remains to be seen.
I have no idea how to proceed because I definitely don't want any of this guy's like wares.
I'm just
A
gonna walk
50%
out.
discount does not help us. How much did we pay for that axe?
It was
I
only
don't-
500 gold.
Yeah.
I thought it
Alright.
was 1,000 because I thought the bag was.
No, that's what it would be worth if it wasn't cursed.
Oh, okay.
He gave it to you at 50% discount.
Alright, so give us a 50% discount on the cursed axe we already purchased.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have another axe here. Let's see.
I'll
Alright.
buy it.
All right. How about this one? He picks it up. 250 gold.
I walked out with the money.
You walked out with what money?
All of it,
w-
because I have
with
the
the money
bag.
we have.
Oh, with
He
your
has all
money.
our
with
I
money.
thought you meant
party's
like
money.
like his cash register. Like I walked
Yeah, I just picked up his
Cash
bag.
out. You
I mean-
walk out with the party money. Gotcha.
Yeah, I just walked out because there's just.
I'm gonna reach out for the axe, be like, is this a replacement for the cursed one?
I mean, it is at a 50% discount. 250 gold.
That's not really a replacement, is it?
Well, if you had the old one, then I could do it in exchange.
What if we just tell you where we left it?
Listen, I have a family to take care of here. I'm not going off
Didn't
the...
we already establish that you don't?
Listen, you can't prove that I don't. It's impossible.
Alright, and you cannot prove that it was us that started the fire.
It was always burning since the world's been turning.
But listen, you aren't the first people to come in here and try and push me around. All right, I haven't been in business here for 20 years because I let people like you push me around.
But the reason why they don't come back to push you around is because you probably led to their deaths.
I mean,
You
if
get-
people are worried about living and dying so much, then maybe they should buy a full-priced item.
That is a fair point. And maybe if people are worried about living and dying so much, they should not sell cursed items.
There's a market for...
Best of luck to you, and I'm gonna follow Kit out the door.
So,
Hmm?
how much for this belt of frog strength?
Well, let's see. With your 50% discount, I could do it for 50 gold.
Tempting. Can I get like a test run? Can you give me an hour?
Test run. I mean, you know what? I have some crates that I need help moving in the back. You can wear it if you want to help me do that. I'll even pay you some gold. Put it towards that fancy belt.
I put the belt down and I just walk out the store.
You do that.
I put it down in the middle of the floor just to be clear.
You do that.
Right on the floor.
So no then.
That's a no. I mean, I don't understand how you stayed in business when you're like leading to the harm of people, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm gonna walk out as well.
I have no shame.
Clearly.
The door closes itself on your way out.
Okay, so here's the plan. We wait till he goes home for the night.
I'm sure he lives here.
Sorry, was that the entire plan?
No, I was inferring the rest. I mean, then we you know we get him.
We get
Just-
him.
Get him. Okay.
And then
Uh-huh.
we all disguise ourselves as his wife and kids.
He doesn't
that
have a
we've
wife
already
and kid.
established he does not have.
He was very clear.
He was very clearly lying.
You know, I got my hopes up. I thought this was going to be the plan.
As you guys are kind of standing not too far from the front door, you see as what looks like some probably like adventurer type is moving to go into Lucky ALO's.
Oh,
Don't go in there.
don't. That's a mistake. I know you like discounts. No, don't do it.
What? Why not?
Sells cursed items.
Well,
Yeah, and
I mean,
we're definitely not stopping you just so we can get all the discounts and that like you don't buy anything that we want to buy.
We bought an axe from him. It ended up being cursed. We tried to get our money back, and he's just stiffing us.
he didn't just sell cursed items; he buys them too. He
Wait, are
just
you selling a cursed
heads
item
back-
to
he just
him?
go- Well, no. I mean, how else is he gonna sell them? I don't have any. What?
I mean,
Insight check.
What are you even
what do you-
talking about?
What are you selling? We might be interested.
Let me pretend to roll something.
God. What is happening right now?
Yeah, this guy's definitely got like a cursed item or something he's trying to hawk.
The fuck is wrong with you people? This is how people die. That's it.
Well-
I'm gonna grab the guy.
Did he come out of the Kixie Tavern and just walk across the street?
No. This is someone who probably just walked in the East Gate.
I mean,
We're gonna grab him, we're gonna push him into the store.
Okay? You do that. You don't have to push him too hard. You kind of just have to follow him in because he's going
No,
in.
I'm
anyway.
being aggressive about it.
But you aggressively help him to where he's trying to get to. Hey, calm down. Jeez, you're strong. And go ahead and roll in athletics because you like to roll dice so much. Let me pretend to roll.
Yeah,
it.
in this game of rolling dice. If I'm not in
yeah,
combat, I do
you
well.
it. Yeah, you push him in.
Listen,
no
Lucky, apparently this guy wants to sell you a cursed item. That's funny. We didn't think you knew about buying the cursed items.
Oh, what's he got? Well, I found this axe. And oof.
You know what? I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
stick my head out the door and just be like, Jorgen, I think we need your fireball. I think that's the best route here. I don't know.
Hey, don't fireball the store. Not worth it.
Is there a guard outside?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel comfortable fireballing the store while there are people in it.
Yeah.
They're both bad people. They're criminals selling cursed items.
You
It's
asked.
just-
I'm also very disturbed by the fact that like the person who is telling me that murder is bad like just a few weeks ago is now wanting me to murder people.
No, don't aim for the
Mhm.
people. Aim for his sundries. It's a 20-foot radius. Just aim at the other side of the room and run away.
Right, and if it hits anybody else, that's not my fault. I wasn't aiming for those people.
There's no one else in the store.
Is there a
What if
guard?
they're invisible?
Ghost shoppers.
You ask about guards, and I mean, you're pretty close to the East Gate, which is pretty well guarded. Doesn't look like a guard's actually watching Lucky's.
I'm gonna
discount.
run to the closest guard and have them follow me and say somebody's committing a crime right now, and then have them follow me.
I would like to try to.
Am I
convince
throwing this
Jorgen to
fireball through
cast
the window,
fireball
guys, or not?
into the- Yes.
No.
Yes, you are.
No.
Is that is that what's happening? Like Kit
Do I
just
make a
walked
roll?
away.
Do I make a roll to persuade for fireball?
Sure, I don't care. Roll persuasion. Kelsey
there's-
loves dice rolls.
There's
Go ahead.
no way you're gonna persuade me to do that. I'm
Well,
sorry.
It's in one D&D. if you roll a crit, you always succeed, and if you roll a crit fail, you always fail. So no, you're convinced
Even a
that
dice.
it is not what you should be doing.
I don't like that rule because
I
I
don't
would like
either.
to
It's
try to
stupid.
jump to the moon.
Go for it.
Right, it's stupid. Yeah, but
Eh,
that's
well, I guess the DM is here to like, if it's not possible at all, then it shouldn't get rolled
Yeah.
for.
Well, it's
Uh,
possible for you to jump high enough that you hurt yourself, so you think you're on the moon.
well, I'm curious what. Sorry, this
Or do
is
drugs.
his like failure to persuade me.
it's his success at persuading you not to do it.
Okay, in that case, I'm just all right.
In that case, he does it because he doesn't trust anything I say.
We should just get out of here, guys. This is. I thought this was going to go different.
And then I show up with a guard.
I will say though, Kit would be aware that false reporting of a crime is
It's not false reporting.
but I would say that Kit
Selling
would
of
be, like,
illicit items is a law.
being a guard as she is, Kit would know that it would be hard. Like she's not exactly sure about any.
Knowingly
laws.
and willingly selling cursed items that can harm people and not disclosing said harm is a crime.
Problem
Have
is,
harmed,
you
have
can't
harmed
pr-
people.
it's hard to prove that an item is cursed.
I mean,
right?
he said it straight to our face, so like.
But if Kit thinks this is sufficient evidence, she's the guard. She would know what's best.
Listen, the one thing you don't fuck with is Kit's friends, and this guy fucked with Kit's friends, so he's basically a criminal.
So you go grab a guard.
Well, hold on. She gets there via just like side scroll. It's like chun chun, and now she's over there at the guard.
I was like, was that the Law and Order noise? Is that what
Yeah,
you
that's the
made?
game we're
Yeah.
playing now, isn't it?
Yeah,
She
exactly.
ran 15 feet over here. It took her 3 seconds. Like
She gets there, and he just doesn't stop unloading crates.
what?
That's a John Mulaney joke right there.
Uh,
Well done.
oh, there's a crime. All right, take me to the crime, and you take him 15 feet over. Oh, this one isn't to scale.
No, it's
That's
not.
right. Anyway, you run him back over. Like the guard follows you. And he's like, as he sees where you've led him, you can see the sigh. Like, okay,
He's been here before.
here we go.
And then I'm gonna run in and I'm gonna point dramatically to the guy and be like, that man right there, knowingly and willingly is selling a cursed item. He said so to me. And I'm pressing charges
Ugh.
on both him and the buyer.
Ma'am, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I mean, there's actually no laws that are being broken here. There's no law.
He does
Yes.
not disclose that the items are cursed.
There's no law against that.
Against doing harm?
This is a laissez-faire market.
This is about to be a burn it to the ground market. If this is how you people
Now
operate.
that is illegal. Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to calm down.
I'm sorry. I thought we were just selling fire to his store. I didn't know it was gonna burn it down. My bad.
Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to step outside. Are you carrying any weapons?
I'm like covered in weapons. You know what? I think we should go talk to your commander about that. And then I start marching out.
All right.
Ask for a supervisor. They love that. What's your badge number?
And then every person in the street that we pass, I'm gonna tell them that Lucky Aiello is knowingly selling cursed items.
Yeah, I'm like, some people are like, why would you buy anything from there? Are you crazy?
Apparently.
I'm just gonna be like, pass it on so nobody gets hurt.
You should have told us.
Everyone knows that.
We didn't.
It's just a tourist trap.
Oh, that explains
She
Think
gets
it's
him-
just a trap. Just a trap. It's a hard stop.
Yeah. Just get some spray paint, just like tag his building.
You
F
said
that. I'm going with like a spell of like skywriting. That's gonna be over his shop 24/7.
That's a good one.
All right, as the
I
party,
thought we were gonna find a god to kill. Nope, we're just gonna shut down this small business.
We will not surrender until everybody
That's-
boycotts.
The
feeling very
party's like,
deflated at their inability to shut down a legitimate business.
Oh no, I'm
Baulder State.
Legitimate?
I'm marching straight to the freaking Iron Fist headquarters. I don't know what you're talking about.
flaming.
Cult the Flaming Fist.
What did I say? I said
You said
An
whatever.
Iron
Iron
Fist.
Fist, and I don't know what
Party
that.
makes their way to the Flaming Fist for unrelated reasons.
Nope.
And
For
before we
extremely
get there,
related
before
reasons.
we get there, why don't we take our break so that everyone can calm down and do
You
whatever
mean
else.
JD can come up with what he's really gonna let us do?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the best line I think in this entire campaign was, "Arson, aren't we just setting fire to his shop?" I'm really glad I was on mute because I lost it.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you think about it.
Oh, that was amazing.
I will say that's something that probably would have occurred to Jorgen throughout this. He may be a little worried about his ring, or not his ring, his bead of fireball. But at the same time, luckily he knows someone who's willing to buy a questionable magic item. So there's always that. But
That is a fair point, and like I was worried about we bought a couple of things there: the bag, the bead, and the axe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
those are the 3 items, yes.
Okay.
Flaming Fist, what are you guys doing? How are you approaching this?
I don't know.
So why are we here?
Well, we had to like talk to them anyway, right?
Yes.
About
How's the ye old inn doing? As we walk there.
Yeah, you make sure to like take the path across from. The sign has been removed, talking about werewolves and whatnot.
Hmm.
Smart.
Do you think they're still in business?
The werewolves?
No, the inn.
Oh, yeah. They just probably realized that talking about the werewolves would make people know that there had been werewolves.
Hmm. We go in the door.
All right,
Okay.
go in. That same gnome is there.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
It's us again.
Would you like your usual room for the usual amount of time? He raises his eyebrows.
So we took down the werewolf sign.
Right. I realize that having it up there probably makes people think about werewolves.
Oh. I don't know. I saw someone go out there. It goes, I can't remember which shop didn't have werewolves, and they just wandered around for a bit. But all right,
Yeah.
well, I'll see you later. We might need the room later. Okay,
All
bye.
right. Bye.
Oh.
Alright. You guys head on to the Flaming Fist headquarters.
Sure,
I
we
lean
Or
over to
wherever
Jorgen.
else if you decide against actually doing that.
As we're walking, I lean over to Jorgen and I whisper, I go, "You think I should turn into werewolf tonight and just like walk by that inn?"
No. Like, why would you do that?
Why not?
I mean, maybe if they're like paying you to like drum up like tourism, but otherwise you're just giving away that advertisement like for free, right? Like, not worth it.
I don't know. I just feel like that spot needs it.
Yeah, but you're also gonna put the guys in the sewers in danger.
I guess they're trying to forget about that, huh?
Yeah, they'd probably prefer if the town forgot. So,
Especially since they lost him.
yeah. Yeah, I'm just now realizing we never like saw the fallout of
Oh
the
no,
Flaming
we just
Fist
kind of left town.
No.
having lost their. Okay, this is gonna get so much more interesting than I thought it was. Let's do this thing.
Okay. You guys head up. You're just heading up to the main gate. You're
Like we do.
Like we
With
do
the
every
random guard from the east gate that has been forced to abandon
Is
his
he-
post by this
Oh,
character.
I
is he
don't.
still-
I don't know if he came with us.
Is he still here?
is who still here? What?
No.
The guard that Kit pulled aside for the.
No, he's
That's
no.
not gonna be like,
Okay.
I'm gonna take you to talk to your supervisor.
I wasn't sure if
I mean-
Kit was going like half Karen, full Karen. It could have been anything.
I specifically said I'm going to go talk to your supervisor, basically.
I apologize. I thought you were pulling him by the ear to the. Okay.
Oh, no. He's got work to do.
You you walk up and the guy says, "I'll serve the flaming fist." State your business.
Murder.
Reporting crimes.
Oh, the commander wanted to speak with us when we came back to town.
Who are you?
You mean,
You
who
know
are
who
we?
we are. Who are you?
Yeah, who
I'm
do
not-
you think you are?
I'm asking the questions here. Who are you?
Just
Wait, we really should come up with a name, honestly, so we can answer
We
have
this
an
really
question.
appointment?
should.
You have some sort of
was thinking,
letter of entry, anything like
Just-
that?
We've been here like 6 times. We need a letter of entry.
It's
In
been
fact-
a while, but we were ordered to report,
It's been
and
a
that's
week.
what we are doing.
In fact, who are you? I don't even recognize you.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of us.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of you.
What's the commander's name?
Gardesius.
Jonathan.
Ah, he points at Aaron. See? You don't know the commander.
He's talking about Jonathan the guard, not the commander. Duh.
Listen, is Jonas around?
Jonas?
Yeah, I'm sure he's like a lieutenant by now.
I mean,
That's a lot of pressure you're putting on that kid.
I think the little guy's running around here somewhere.
Okay.
Exactly. How would we know that if we didn't belong here?
Well, I mean, how do you know Jonas?
It's
I
his
am his
dad.
father.
Oh, you're his dad? Are you Jonas's dad? You know what? I can kind of see it. Yeah.
Wait, you can?
Yeah. You know what? You did a fine job raising that kid. He's one of the best recruits we've ever had.
Am I Jonas's dad?
Well,
y- you know.
I can't just let you in, but I can send someone in to see if the
You did
commander will
last
meet.
What?
What? Well, I mean, I could take you to the front. I could, take you into the keep here, but we'll have to send someone in and, make sure that the commander
Oh,
has.
he'll want to hear from us.
Yeah,
All right, let's go.
if that's what we have to do, then so be it. But we have our orders. We're supposed to report to the commander.
You guys walk through the courtyard. He says, "Oh yeah, there's Jonas now." And you see as Jonas is literally running around. He's like being forced to do laps around the keep.
Run, Jonas, run!
Like you do in the military. So you guys, what's Sandy doing? Get out of here, Sandy. You guys approach the front door of the keep. They're he meets the guard. He's like, all right, well, they said they're here to see the commander. Who should we say is here to see him?
18 sessions in, guys. Still no name.
That's what I was thinking. We should think of one, but that keeps moving
We
past
can
that.
definitely spend the rest of this session
What about
just brainstorming this.
we got to work in like
If we come up with a
iron?
name now, we can't tell him that it's that name. Because, well, no.
Fair enough.
You're not wrong, but this is also something that we need to figure out, and I feel like the DM is like, telling us that we need to figure this out.
I mean, you could just give me like your individual names. I wasn't really asking for,
Tell him the wet bandits are here.
The Wet Bandits. You're not afraid of us, like, getting mistaken for, bandits?
No, it's a misnomer.
Triss, Jorgen, Aaron, Kit,
And Sandy.
Chris,
and
Jordan,
Sandrew.
Aaron, Kit, and Sandrew. All right.
What the fuck is Sandra?
He sends in there.
Don't worry about it. You were not awake for that.
That's what I named his Sandman.
Okay.
Against all odds, you're granted an audience with the
And I'm-
commander.
Shocked that worked.
You come in.
Hey,
Obviously, he ushers other men out of the very important meeting room, war room here. He lets you all in and sits you down, like usual.
how's it going?
Oh, pretty good.
We're back.
And we bring news of the front.
So much news.
Oh, what news have you?
We found the other mine.
We
The
also,
Kingsley Tavern is
Fun-
actually ahead of the Thieves Guild.
yeah, we went in there and we scoped the whole place out.
We also discovered a merchant committing crimes against humanity.
Crimes against
Yeah.
humanity? That sounds
That's-
like pretty
That's
serious.
like a
Not crimes
Very
against
serious,
the law.
actually. He's actively complicit in attempted murder.
That's unrelated to the other things we came
Is
to talk
it?
about.
Is it
Well,
unrelated?
It's also
We don't
something that
know.
we could probably handle on our own.
It sounds
do
like
we
the
know.
most important issue that you've brought up to me here.
Exactly.
He's
Um,
selling.
Listen, you guys aren't
We-
guards. You don't
items.
get it.
We
So
told you about the tavern and everything that was going on in there.
But this is crimes against humanity. we're talking
exactly,
about.
sir. They're not guards. They don't get it. So what happened was we bought an item from Lucky Alos, right?
Let me stop you right there.
But listen, I understand
wait,
where you're,
that-
I understand where you're
is-
going with
that-
this, sir.
Okay,
But
listen,
what happened was
listen.
I personally would like to hear what he has to say. He's stopping you here. What would he like to interject with?
Are the crimes against humanity being committed by Mr. Aiello?
yeah, obviously.
All right, let's
Listen,
table this.
all I'm asking is that he puts
we are
labels
at
on
the
the
table.
things that he
We-
knows. Like, you know, in coffee they say caution hot, even
You
though
know,
everybody knows that.
we already are looking into his horrible crimes against humanity
Thank
as
you.
we
Yes.
speak. There is
Ah.
an undercover operation that
Oh,
I assure you is very near completion.
well, I was just gonna let you know that right now, actively, there is a man knowingly selling a cursed item that Lucky is happy to buy, knowing that it's cursed.
That's one of our undercovers, probably.
I feel
Just-
really bad about that because we gave that guy a hard time.
No more than he really deserved.
So anyway,
Uh-huh.
why else
You
are we
know,
here?
Kit, they seem like they got it. Seem like they know what they're doing. Maybe we should just leave this in their hands.
I will.
Wish I could tell you more, but I can't. Super secret.
No, we
why
understand.
else are you guys here? What happened?
I don't know why else are we here.
Dixie Cavern, it's the
Oh, yeah.
place where all the bad guys are.
They're running a secret mine. Well, they were, and that mine was making armor and weapons that were going to you.
Yeah, what's up with that? Your emblem was all over that stuff.
This is when he kills all of us.
We can take him.
I'd like to see him try.
He actively tries. Roll initiative.
Yeah. He's
Ugh.
quiet for a second. He just
It's
increases
it's
his hit
weird.
points.
I heard your voice, but it was JD's words.
Huh. The Keeksy Tavern has a mine, and in that mine they're mining ore to make armor that they're selling to the Flaming Fist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
But also the mine's miners is like slaves and undead dwarves.
oh,
Yeah.
Were.
well, slavery is an issue. We can't allow that.
Especially after death. That's pretty
Where is
fucked up.
this mine? I'll have my men take care of it.
It's in the Cloakwood. We already took care of it. We freed the miners and then we flooded it.
Oh. So, it'll be hard to.
But why Why were they making armor for you?
Oh, we have some if you need proof. What did we have?
I think you did pick up some like weapons, didn't
I
you?
also picked up armor. I don't know what would specifically have their emblem on it.
It was the shield.
I don't know. I don't know if I picked up a shield.
You didn't take a shield.
I think didn't Aaron take a shield?
No.
There takes nothing.
Well, I mean,
The chainmail wouldn't have it?
no.
Okay.
Well, that's... And you flooded the mine?
Yeah.
That's really
gonna make-
not the most important part. Somebody was selling you guys armor and weapons.
Right. So, if what you're saying is
Wait,
true...
we know his name. What was his name? We killed a guy named Jeff, and his Jeff had a master.
Davrin.
Well,
Does that name ring any bells?
no, it doesn't. But, like I was trying to say, what you're saying is a little disturbing, but it would be great if I could send someone there to investigate. But if the mine is flooded, that makes things a little difficult.
Well, they had teleportation circles in the bottom of it, and we didn't want to leave those accessible.
Sure.
As we were evacuating the miners,
We also didn't want them to just start re-enslaving people.
Right.
So where do you get all of your weapons and armor?
Yeah, who's
Well-
like your quartermaster?
So, all of the armor that we've been getting after the incident, the iron shortage, has been coming from one company,
Iron Throne?
the Iron Throne. And to be honest with you, I've kind of had... Well, I had my eye on them for some time now. It all seemed a little too convenient, the way all of this came about for them. And that's part of the reason why I originally told you, that I might have, need of you in the future, and also why you probably shouldn't contact me too often. But
Of which we
Yeah.
ignored.
this is
Rightfully so.
definitely more to go on than what I had before.
Also, they had a blockade set up in the Wood of Sharp Teeth to stop ore from coming in that way, but we helped disband that.
Alright.
With
Can
the
you
Black
mark it?
Claw and the
Can you mark it on
Chin.
this map here?
Yeah, of course.
He has you mark it on their big map of the region. He says, so if this mine is flooded, would you say it's impossible if I wanted to send someone to investigate, try and gather more intel, try and get to the bottom of things?
I mean, if they can breathe underwater, you could probably do it.
Or
And
pull
if they
back
can
the
see
river.
in pitch black caves,
Alright. Water breathing, lights. I'll see what I can do. Maybe try and get someone over there to take a look.
what exactly do you need from there that
Well, I mean, I need something substantial that I can take to the Duke. If we want to have any sort of real investigation as to the Iron Throne's involvement. Slavery. Operating a mine within our borders, taking iron that rightfully belongs to us and selling it back to us at extremely high prices.
Does this mask or helmet mean anything to you? I want to show him the helmet that Jeff wore because it's a pretty like obvious identifier.
Ugh. No,
Right.
I'd recognize that if I'd seen it before.
This was like one of their main lieutenants was wearing this.
Yeah, I don't recognize it.
So, what if you could just talk to some of the miners that worked in the mine?
Yeah, I mean, if they're around, I absolutely would like to question any and all of them. Do you know of their whereabouts, or?
They're all here in town. I don't know where Yeslik went. I thought he stayed with us, but maybe he didn't.
Hmm.
That was a JD question.
Did yeah?
Hmm?
Do,
Sorry,
do
what?
we know where they went? They
Or
went
where
into the
Yeslik
city
went.
with us, right?
Oh, so Yeslik, he's probably sleeping in your cart still, for all you know. The rest of the miners, they kind of dispersed throughout the city. Like, you got the sense that most of them were gonna basically try and find work to maybe get some money saved up to be able to, like, make their ways back home, or to just get on with their lives. Um, a couple of them mentioned that they might even report what happened to them to the Flaming Fist. So you could tell him that he might expect to hear from at least some of them. Given that,
I think some of them are gonna come talk to you. We just got in last night. We might know a dwarf. We might know where he is that can help.
all right. Well, if you send anyone my way, just tell them to mention involvement with the mine, and they'll eventually make it through to see me. We do need to keep this quiet, though, so yeah. Discretion, if you would. But I'll keep looking into it. I'll let you know if I find anything. And I appreciate you letting me know. Is there anything else?
Was there anything else?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, he doesn't bring up anything about their missing werewolf.
No, he did not.
Well, we're certainly not going to.
We don't know
know.
anything about that.
We don't know anything about no watermelons.
But if any of my investigations into the Iron Throne start to bear fruit, then that's when I'll want to call on you. If you're still willing to help me out in this.
I think we're planning on leaving town for a couple of weeks.
Well,
Yeah, we're gonna head south.
well, I
So-
imagine it'll probably take some time anyway to dig up any information and evidence that we can.
Right. But yeah, we'll be willing to help.
Did you say you had a place here in town?
We're staying at the Bounty of the Goddess.
That's right. I think you might have mentioned that before. I can't
Yeah.
remember, but all right. I'll send word. I'll send word to there if I need to contact you in the future.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The door for you.
Okay. That's. Was there anything else that we had in town that we needed to take care of?
We're gonna go see the SGC.
Yes, you're right.
The
Just to be
Secret
clear,
Guild Gang.
the SGC, the carapace that we have, the armor, right?
That's in Baragast.
Yeah,
That's-
we're taking it with
That's
us.
already there. Okay,
No, yeah.
Well,
No,
that-
we
you
have
to
it with
take
us. We need to take it to Baragast.
right.
It's
That's
in
what
the
I'm
cart.
saying. Okay.
Um,
Was it?
we should probably, while we're here in the biggest town that we'll be in forever, do a little research on these acorn things. See if we can find
Oh
anything.
yes. And the
Uh,
druids, yeah, we were gonna do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So you guys, where you go first?
I think the SGC.
Okay. Yeah, they're pretty
Yep.
close by, right? Their
Yeah.
tour door is just not too far away. out front to Seven Suns.
Yeah.
All right, you guys head over, kind of take a look out, make sure no one's looking, and you Ninja Turtle your way down into the city. You make your way over to the SGC, and you will enter to find the whole gang here.
We do the secret knock.
You do it.
Hey,
Yep.
crazy face, left crossbow, right crossbow. Other guy,
Brody.
Brody.
He's the only person who corrects him.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. The other guys are like, whatever.
Everyone else, they just, live with it.
Like he has to live with that face.
Lucas says, "Oh, you're back. Well, Brody's got something for you."
Oh yeah.
He said, "Oh, that's right. Here, I'll grab it for you. Give me a minute here." Not too long later, he comes back, and he hands you 5 vials
Ooh.
Huh.
full of some gnarly looking liquid. Oh, there you go.
Are there any instructions to go with this?
Oh, that's not how this works.
Do you have like some empties I can hold on to?
Some empties.
Yeah, like some empty vials. In case I wanted to like tinker.
Tinker.
You guys
Hey.
gave us the recipe.
Well, yeah, it's your life. It's on the line. Sure.
Sorry,
He'll bring you 2 empty vials.
All right.
I just want to make sure that we fully understand how this stuff works. He drinks this on the day that he's going to turn, and it's supposed to postpone it?
Well, okay. So to get you started, first, I mean, I wouldn't drink a whole one. Don't drink a whole one. But in the days leading up to it, when you start to feel, however it is you feel, then you start sipping on this, and just kind of use it as needed. I'm not sure how much of it you're going to need, but maybe you will need a full one. I doubt it, but that's something you'll just have to figure out.
Have you ever used this on someone who's already turned?
Oh, you mean like uh, to stop him? Like, oh, he's crazy, he's gone mad. Yeah, give him the potion, that type of thing.
Like full on claws, fur, teeth.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I mean, I haven't.
Alright. And this was like made with like his blood, is that right? It was
Well-
made like specifically for him?
Well, yes, it wasn't made with his blood, but I did use his blood to come up with the recipe. Yeah,
Okay.
personalized for him.
Alright.
Well, now that that's out of the way, says Lucas, that door you guys wanted us to investigate.
Yeah. Did you guys ever get in there?
So that wall that you showed us, that's newer, been built up obviously sometime. Yeah, they've got that whole. That's all magically enchanted over there. There's no way we're getting through it. Whoever built that wall, they built it to keep people out.
Did you try tunneling like 3 feet over?
I mean, we went down a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure what's on the other side of that wall, so I
Wait.
don't know.
Were you guys not able to like make a dent in it at all?
It seems very resilient to physical damage. I mean, we didn't want to go at it too bad because we'd make a lot of noise. But I mean, sure, if we weren't worried about them hearing what we're doing,
Right. Right.
maybe. But just from what, we agreed on that we were going to do, yeah, it's not happening.
Well, we appreciate you trying.
Yeah.
It is concerning.
I think we need to learn how to teleport.
Or break magic.
Yeah, some sort of dispel.
Or some sort of spell that will allow us to shape stone.
Maybe, but if it's magically protected, that might not work.
Magic
Yeah,
versus magic.
That's
Who
why
you
you
guys
go
knows?
can
straight over.
if you guys have magey type stuff you can do, you can feel free to take a crack at it, but yeah, but we don't really have much of that going on for us.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do the magey type stuff.
Other option is we do the watermelon type stuff and just go through the front door, because we're fairly certain that it connects, aren't we? It's like directly under the tavern.
But yeah, we think the access is under the tavern.
But we don't know.
I mean, worst case scenario, we wait a month and then send a watermelon in there and
We can't let a watermelon loose in a
Luthen
city.
City.
alright.
We're gonna die for blood today.
He's real pissed.
Me? Really? Arson woman?
Hey, you were egging me on.
Oh, and you mentioned something about tracking down that werewolf.
Yeah, the one that got me. The white one.
Well, I've got some news regarding that here.
Oh.
Give me a second.
He gets up and looks over and it's like, oh, what?
Charlie waves at you.
Hi.
Yeah. So it looks like I've had my men. We've been investigating some issues with some druids in the Cloakwood. That white wolf you've been looking for
Yeah?
might just be their leader.
Weren't we just there?
Yep.
You need to go back anyway.
Wait, when did you get this information? Because I definitely had a werewolf day in the Cloakwood.
I mean,
Just like loose in the woods.
I'd have to go back and look through my records. It wasn't too long ago. Just a couple days.
How do you know that he's their leader? Like what's
Well,
the impact?
apparently, we got one of the druids to talk, and it doesn't seem as though all of them, from what I understand, from what my man was told, apparently this was some kind of hostile takeover. Someone has come in and kind of changed the status quo, and not everyone, not all of these druids involved are really happy with this. So, gave my man a little bit of information.
They are messing with a tavern or an inn out there as well. Wonder if that's the reason why.
So, I don't know. Probably pretty risky, but you might have some allies on the inside if you do decide to go there. I still wouldn't recommend it, but at least it's something.
Yeah, it's something. It's more than I've had.
So, there's that. If you don't want to, pursue it, which you probably shouldn't, in time, that may be something that we're able to get around to. It just depends.
Thanks.
Yeah, sure.
That's all I got. Do you guys need anything from these guys?
Have you noticed any more children of Baal coming into the city?
No. I mean, it seems like there's fewer and fewer every day. Well, actually, we haven't even seen any in some time. So, yeah, no, we haven't.
Well. Oh, so you had that thing, right, to let you see if someone's a god's kid or whatever,
Yeah.
and you can't make any more?
No, we can't.
Hmm.
It's got the one.
Now, is that because of like a magical thing you don't know, or is it like
Well,
what's
they killed Edward, the guy who made it for us. Our artificer.
was he like he was an artificer, so he made like what stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I can't pretend to understand how he made it, but
Did
yeah.
he leave behind any like journals about it or anything? Like blueprints?
Maybe. I have to go by his house and check.
Where is
Why
his house?
I'm sorry, what?
I said, where is his house? We do know someone who is a tinkerer of sorts who might be able to.
More. I mean, he's more than a tinkerer. I mean,
You said tinkerer. I'm just using your words.
true.
Um, well, I can stop by and see if there's anything there. I mean, I could use an excuse to go and visit his family anyway and see how they're holding up. So, but I can do that.
We would appreciate it.
Yeah. If you find anything, would you just bring it by where are we staying?
Bounty of the Goddess.
Yeah, are you gonna be there tonight? I'll go
Yeah.
by over there later today and check it out. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll do
the
that then.
Chandler house.
And then
Okay.
I think we're gonna be leaving for a couple of weeks here soon.
All right. Yeah. All right. I'll see what I can do.
I mean, if you can find anything, maybe we can make some more of them.
Yeah, if you know someone who might be able to do it, then that's better than anything we have going on.
I mean, if we were able to take the one that you have in lieu of blueprints, but I really don't want to leave you without one.
Yeah. I mean, you say that you know a guy that could you just bring him here? Where
I
is he?
don't think he's ever traveled this far. He's at the House of Mistra.
Okay, where's that?
Do you know where Baragos is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about there. About a day's ride away from there.
Oh, that's not that far. I'll tell you what. I'll get the research if any exists. I'll give it to you. Maybe your buddy can look at it, and if he thinks it's something he could do, maybe you could bring him here, and I don't know, extend the offer. We'll pay him whatever it is we can.
I've already got a job that I'm going to commission him for, which might be easier if he travels here for.
Okay.
But
All right.
if you have the research, then I'll send it in the mail with the other thing I want him to do, and then he can work on it while we're traveling to Baragos.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll bring him here. We'll see if he's available.
All right. Well, yeah, we'd really appreciate any help you could have. That's great. I'll come by later tonight and let you know either way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's all we need, or that's all we got. Unless you have any advice or other information.
None that I can think of right now. If I think of anything, I'll let you know later.
Okay.
All right. Check off that interaction. What else did you guys need to do?
I hear him say as he turns away.
Yeah, that's right.
Research.
Yeah.
Ah,
To the library.
to the library. All right. So Triss would know that there is a rather large library. Where's the map? There it is. Why is this always hard to find? So the Hall of Wonders is contains like a very large library right next door to the High House of Wonders, which is like a museum. So this is definitely like informational type setup here. That's where you're gonna want to go if you.
We should go to the Hall of Wonders. It's like a giant library.
Sounds wonderful.
Yes, that sounds like a good time for all involved.
I
Sure.
mean, it was bound to happen eventually, right?
And then I'm just gonna whisper to the other two, who's gonna keep an eye on Aaron while we're there.
I can be on errand duty, I guess.
All right. Just
What could I
don't hit him in the
possibly
face
do
with a net.
in a library?
You know, Aaron, what we could do while they research the Cloakwood, is we could research werewolfiness.
You say werewolf penis?
Werewolfiness, like
Oh,
Okay, for
I
the
heard
record,
penis.
for the record,
Are you
I
coming
totally
on to
heard
me?
that.
you're coming on to me?
you're my brother.
Oh, oh, cut that out.
WTF, sis?
Cut it out. Cut it all. Oh, we're just gonna end the session there.
No,
Alright?
Oh, it's
Uh,
so funny.
But if you guys really
boy.
don't want to,
I mean, that's just part of the lore, I guess.
okay, all right.
So, I was thinking about trying to sell the garbage we have.
Oh yeah, we need to do that too. Do we want to split the party?
Sure.
I'm sorry. So just so I fully understand, half the party is gonna go make money, and the other half is gonna go do homework.
Yeah, that makes sense that you and I would be
Yep.
the ones to go do homework. We
You-
spent our entire lives doing that.
You were super
Doesn't-
excited about getting books.
Does not
and
mean I need to be happy about this, okay?
You could have picked up an axe, all I'm saying.
I definitely took one to the face. Does that count?
No, you didn't pick that up.
Alright, fair point.
We have a lifetime of experience. I feel like this will go faster.
Or do you want errand duty?
Nope, nope,
Are you
no.
asking?
nope, no, I see. No, you're right, I do see how this could get worse. Let's go.
All right, you split the party. The smart half goes to the library, and the stupid half goes to itself.
I'm sorry, what?
We
I'd
know
be
our
like the
rules.
strong half.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Brains versus bronze, it's fine.
Wait, aren't you also super
Yeah,
strong?
she's both.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I have average intelligence. I'm just wise.
It's better
I'm-
intelligence, to be fair.
Eh?
She just knows how to read. All right.
Yep.
So, sure. Kelsey, we'll go to the library first here, and Kelsey, if you guys can just set up in the group loot, separate out what's being sold, and I could just get in there and just like add it all up and give you a number.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys head to the library, the Hall of Wonders.
Okay.
You guys enter. For Jorgen, this is, so the House of Mystery. You guys had a library, right? But
Definitely.
This is a library.
I mean, we maybe had a room with books that we called the library.
Yeah. Kind of looking around, and in that library at the House of Mystery, you guys had a system, right? It made sense. Everything was organized in a way that, anyone can figure it out. Stupid
Boy.
simple. Here, like, what? What are you guys doing? What is happening? This system makes no sense.
Oh boy.
We will
I'm
look
following your
for
lead.
help.
Sorry, do you not know where you're going?
I mean, I spent some time here, but it would go a lot faster if we just asked someone for, like, specifically what we're looking for.
Okay, I'm gonna follow your lead.
You head to the counter. There's a woman sitting there, and she says, yes, can I help you?
Hey, we're looking for information on the Cloakwood.
All right. The Cloakwood. Anything specific? Geography, folklore,
Definitely folklore. We're looking for something about the Grove of the Fairy Queen?
All right, folklore then. That's gonna be. Let's see. She kind of stands up and looks over you, and she points you in a direction which is kind of up on the second floor, giving you kind of a vague area. She said, "All in there is where you're gonna find that stuff."
I guess we'll head up there.
All right, you guys head up there. You head over to the area that you kind of pointed out, and you start looking. Um, so looking for folklore, specifically fairy queen type of stuff. Anything else?
I think we were also supposed to research druids in the
Druids?
Cloakwood.
Okay.
I don't know what else I was supposed to research, so
I feel like that's the most important thing that we should be looking for.
yeah.
Unless you want to find out some information about maybe the god that you have the blood of.
Are you talking to like me or?
I'm not there.
Okay. Right. No. But
Yeah.
you still inserted your opinion, so I'm asking. Are you asking about Ball or?
I mean, either one, really. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't feel like Jurgen's all that interested in like getting to know his dad. You know, like.
Fair enough.
I don't feel like there's any sort of like connection there, and what little he knows is God of Murder. Not really interested.
All right. So are you guys splitting up? Or are you like how are you dividing this labor? What are you doing here?
So what have we been told? Like, there's a section of books for lore.
Yes.
Um,
Of specifically related to the Cloakwood. Yes.
are there like tables where we can just like do some research, or
Yeah,
are
it's
we?
like a library. You can grab books
Okay.
and yeah, do all that sort of thing.
Then I think definitely gonna split up, but probably use the same table, or if they're
Yeah.
small, then a table nearby.
Okay.
So definitely gonna divide the labor of like just pulling books down from shelves.
All right. You watch Triss. She seems to have a little bit easier time. Obviously been here before, probably.
Yeah.
But you make it through. So both of you can roll me some checks here, which are going to be investigation.
Okay.
Or I guess we could go history maybe. So if either of those you can apply, we'll keep your same roll if you can.
It's the same for me, so
Okay.
It's the same.
All right.
it is straight intelligence.
Just straight intelligence. Why did they send us?
Yeah.
Why were we the ones to go?
You guys know how to read. So Triss, let's see here. You find some information. You do find the best book that you're like the most useful information that you're able to get is from a single book, and it's written by this guy who apparently did a lot of just adventuring and exploring in the Cloakwood, um, some time ago. And in this book, he describes the grove. He describes what immediately sounds to you like this is likely candidate for the Grove of the Fairy Queen, which is this strange tree. It's like an enormous tree that's set like on a plot of land that's in the middle of like this body of water. He also he has like a rough map, which probably looks a little bit different from your map that you have, but it gives you a vague idea of kind of where he puts this. Pretty close. He mentions also that at certain times of the year, which kind of goes through cycles, and it's kind of complicated to really understand what it is that he means. The main thing that you're getting is that there are apparently trolls that inhabit and kind of make their way through the Cloakwood. Bands of trolls, depending on like what time of year it is.
Does it
And
say what time of year?
well, apparently it's like this strange cycle. Let's see, with the 16 thing. You would guess that there's a good possibility that as you're traveling through, looking at the map, the region that's laid out, that you may encounter trolls if any of this is still relevant.
Okay.
You also will learn, Jorgen, you will learn that there is also a druid faction here that makes its home. Let me look at the map here. On like the southern, like most tip of it, and I will like ping these map here. So we've got Big Tree, Druids, and then just apparently like all throughout this side near the coast is supposed to be inhabited by wandering trolls. But that seems to be like the most dangerous creature mentioned in them that you think that you could possibly prepare for. But yeah, that's the bulk of the information that you're able to find.
Does it by chance like name? Sorry, was it Druid tribes or Druid tribe?
Faction.
Yeah, I think it would be just called like you probably call them like a circle, like a druid circle.
Right.
Does it by chance name them?
It does not, but they would be described as like secretive and like close knit and basically weary of outsiders.
Does
Which
it?
tracks
So
kind of with what you heard from the guy at the lodge.
the main thing that I was wondering is whether or not there's like multiple factions of druids, or whether or not this is like one faction that exists in the Cloakwood.
From what you can gather, it seems like it's he believed that it was probably just one,
Okay.
but like he wasn't too sure just because of how unwilling they were to,
Right.
communicate with him.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anything else we needed to research before we leave?
Not that I know.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Just adding up the.
Will he do a trade, do you think, for the weird helmet, or just a regular ring of protection?
I'm sorry, are we getting rid of that though?
Do you want to wear it?
I don't think anybody wants
Can't.
the look.
I
The plate armor wasn't magic, right? I think it
The
was
helm would
switch mine.
require attunement, is that right?
It required proficiency in heavy armor,
Oh, right.
which I think Kit and I are the only ones that have, right?
Yeah, I was considering it. I just don't know. It's magic though, right? So maybe it can change its like look.
I assume
mean-
it'll conform to your face.
Yeah.
I thought that's what JD said.
Yeah, it'll fit.
It's
Right.
kind of creepy.
The only reason why I would keep it would be for Sandrew, and that
Can
doesn't.
he attune to stuff?
I don't think he can. I also like, even if he could, I don't think he has the proficiency. So
Yeah, he's not attuning to items. Yeah, he's just using them.
I have no need for it because I think I am proficient at heavy armor, but like my AC dropped significantly in heavy armor.
it does seem like a cool item, but I just don't
Uh,
think any of us.
I could use it. I could wear it. I just don't know if it fits my aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to walk around looking like Jeff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're also probably kind of weary of attuning.
Exactly. Well, yeah, it would
anything.
be something that she would keep and then like have 15 people check before she actually attunes to it.
I'm actually
So,
only proficient in medium armor.
Yeah, I thought so.
so yeah, if you could make I guess a even trade for ring, then that makes sense.
Yeah, we can stop by Sorcerer Sundries and ask. I think I am gonna swap my armor for the black plate armor so that we can just sell the other set of plate armor, I guess. Oh, I need to delete this axe. I do not have this anymore.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
caught cheating.
I just don't look
Uh,
at my inventory very often.
Who
Yeah.
does? I mean, come on. So the only thing I would think would be that if you're gonna switch over to the black plate, do you want to hold on to the non-iron shortage and give it to Triss, and then sell the iron shortage armor? Would it be worth less? Would it be obvious that it's iron shortage?
Not obvious, but I mean, I don't think
I assume
Kit.
they're gonna pay us like it's iron shortage, no matter if it is or not.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Also, I don't think
So-
Kit would lie about that anyway.
So then it makes sense, in my opinion, to like,
Which mine?
Which we
Yeah.
could have done last night. It's fine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get. So she's gonna take the normal one. You guys are gonna sell iron shortage armor. Okay.
Plate armor.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll add plate armor onto here. Okay, got that. All right. So I've got the plate armor that's gonna get swapped out for the new. Then I have all these things in your sell list that you have on the group loot thing.
Yep. Mhm.
1,654 gold.
So there was a question about the necklace, the fireball necklace. If I were to like cast identify on it, would I be able to tell whether or not it was actually the thing he says it is?
You would be able to determine if it's a bead of fireball. You wouldn't be able
Okay.
to tell if it was like cursed or something, but yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't something I thought of, but okay.
I
Hey,
mean,
Aaron.
yeah, it could just be like not a bead. It could just be like
Yes.
a bead. Of
You want to
nothing.
go drink instead of doing like errands?
Yes.
We'll be degenerates. We're gonna
I thought you
go.
were gonna go switch out, see if you could trade the helmet.
Well, I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay.
So
Kit
don't
wouldn't
want
lie
to-
about it being iron shortage armor.
I
Kit
would not.
would lie to us though about it.
I'm not. I
Apparently.
didn't lie. We sold stuff.
So you're gonna go try and sell the helmet?
We're gonna try and trade the helmet.
Yeah, but or I guess we're going to Sundries, right?
All right. I will say though that you know before even walking in there, like just logically, the ring of protection is gonna be worth more because it's got anyone can wear it, whereas this
Right.
helmet is kind of weird looking,
Um,
and also it's heavy and it's a helmet. you know?
Well, I also want to ask too if there's a way to change like the general look, because I don't mind wearing a helmet, but it's kind of creepy looking.
I mean, it is kind of creepy looking.
So if they could like transmorgify it, that'd be great.
But part of that though is so if his helmet fit on this guy's face like really well. This was a really good fit on this guy's face.
Right.
Took a lot of work getting it off him.
Uh-huh.
When you remove that helmet, like he was not a good looking man. So
So maybe it was just his face, is what you're saying?
you're saying potentially if magic items form to fit you, this might look better on
Let's try it.
you or on
I'm not gonna just try it. I'm sorry. I can't.
on Triss. It might look better on one of you two. You're not sure.
They have like powerful wizards or sorcerers or stuff, right?
They have mages, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take it there and I'm just gonna have them look at it
All right, you walk into Sorcerer's
for
Sundry.
safety.
You bring in the helm. You kind of wait. You're waiting in line here. Takes some time. Pretty popular place. Definitely sees much more business than that other discount. store.
I'm gonna just like pretend like I'm talking to Aaron and say loudly like, "Man, that lucky place is so bad. They sell cursed items all the time. Good thing we didn't go there again.
Yes, that place is the worst.
You do that. Um, and roll performance if you want, or persuasion, whatever it is you're trying to do. Deception, lie about them.
It's
I
not
don't know.
deception.
I'm just saying, do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
It doesn't matter. It's all +1.
That place sells terrible things, and he also smells bad often.
All right, you guys do that.
Lies about having children.
And things happen. You make your way through the line. You get up to the front. Mr. Mage is there. He says, yes. Can I help you?
Yeah, so we have this magical helmet. As you
So
can
what
see.
had happened was, my friend here got the short end of a cursed item from Lucky Elios.
Tried to
So-
murder my friends.
So we're a little hesitant when it comes to magic items and such. So is there a way you can, if we bring an item to you, can you just tell us for sure if it's not cursed?
I mean,
Do you have like a litmus test or like try these 5 steps to make sure that your equipment isn't cursed?
I mean that is a service that we do provide.
Oh.
There is a fee of 1,000 gold.
Oof,
No.
that's
Jesus,
pretty pricey. But
Basically, that covers the cost of the time spent with the item to become accustomed to it, to see if there's any abnormalities, and then also the remove curse spell needing to be cast at the end if the item does in fact turn out to be cursed.
so what if it
Not to
isn't? Do
mention
we
not to mention any damages that may occur as a result of that curse.
So that's the fee if it is cursed.
That's the fee regardless, because even if the item isn't cursed, we still have to offset the cost for damages and spells for the items that do end up being cursed.
Is this
But
a
I
popular
can
service?
assure you that this is a very fair price, and it's the best that you'll find.
I'm gonna lean over to Aaron and be like, what if I just like attune to it in like a basement or something, and then like
Yeah, I mean,
you punch me and see if I act weird?
I think that's the thing. We know that Triss can remove curse.
Yeah.
In fact, why are we adventuring?
What?
Like, it's 1,000 gold to test an item. We could just stand out, put a little cart outside of the Elios, and charge people 500 gold per pop to see if to break any curses that people get on them from his shop.
Well, I thought we just did it, for saving people and being heroes, but yeah,
Revenge.
if making money is your only goal, that's true. We could do that.
I mean, I feel like we need money for stuff.
And this is where Aaron leaves the party.
Hey, adventuring's like a
Discovers
good.
Aaron
capitalism.
has none of the abilities to do any of that.
This
Billionaire
is when
and,
Aaron and
Hype
Kit
Waterman.
realize, like, man, this is expensive. We must have like a really powerful spellcaster with us.
Yeah.
If her
Yeah,
her abilities like can fetch this high of a price, like
She must never know.
She'll
must
leave
never
us.
know.
She has no idea, so it's fine.
So I think you just try it,
Yeah, I think we just get like a room at Ye Olde Inn, and then like you guard the door, and then I attune to it, and then you try to punch me, because that's what happened with the last one, right? You just
Yeah.
punched me, or you didn't.
Oh,
Somebody did.
I assume that's how all curses work.
Yeah, right. I turned to the guy. That's right?
Sorry?
You just punch the person, and then the curse is activated.
Well, it depends on the curse, but if that's something you want to try,
What
It's
other
not
kind of
something we
curses are
recommend.
there?
oh, there's all different kinds.
If I act weird though, right? Like it'll be obvious that I'm acting weird.
Well, not always. Some of these curses can be quite difficult to really know for certain that they've taken hold of a person.
Well, how much would it cost if you just gave us your like checklist of how to check if person is actively cursed. Like, we'll do it all ourselves, but we just want your checklist, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't have access to that. To be honest with you, we outsource that process. This isn't something that we
You're
do
a
here in
middleman?
the store.
Oh, gosh. Who's your, like, the vendor for that, then?
Yeah, how can we just go over you?
Well, if you wanted to do that, I'm sorry, but I just can't give out that information.
I guess we'll just do it ourselves and hope we don't murder a bunch of people in the process like last time.
The guy just looked at you like, huh. So, anything else I can help you with today?
That's it on my end.
I say we
Unless
go drink.
do we have any gold that we want to spend on anything interesting?
We do have some gold. I feel like, who's the last person
What's
that
the
did?
cheapest thing you have here?
Yeah. What can you give us for 1,600 gold? Or 1,800 gold?
Oh, do you want the cheapest item we have, or
Yes.
an item worth 1,800 gold?
Both of those
Are
things.
they the same item?
No, they are not. We have a spell scroll of firebolt. That'll be 20 gold.
It's a good deal.
That would be
Here? You just sell
probably our cheapest item. Something worth 1,800.
Wait, if you buy a spell scroll, can you, and I obviously am very knowledgeable, and I'm testing you, and you're a mage, can you teach yourself how to do it by reading the spell scroll?
Absolutely, that's how it works.
Like you didn't specifically state like wizard or
I did not know. I said magic person.
magic person. Okay.
People don't know the difference between a wizard, a sorcerer, or a mage. They
A
don't know.
magic persuasion.
Yeah,
It's,
to me, you and Tris are the same thing.
it's yeah.
Racist.
What's it called?
Um,
D&D version 2 versus 3.
Yeah,
Mage wizard. Yeah.
all the same.
Short of sharpness, 1,700 gold.
What about an axe of sharpness?
Necklace of fireball. Yeah, probably the same. Necklace of fireballs with 4 beads would be around 1,600 gold.
Ooh.
I could go on, but
Should we buy more fireballs?
I think you should get that axe of sharpness.
Magic axe.
but
Yeah.
if you're short on funds, there is always the discount store up the street.
I highly recommend you don't ever send somebody there. Because yeah, they sell.
He's
cursed
sending
items.
people there because of how bad it is, and they will come back.
Do you know what an axe of sharpness would do?
No.
When you crit, you have a chance of cutting a limb off.
Oh, why would it? That sounds terrible.
Bro,
It's awesome. It's
You
an
just
extra
have
4D,
a bunch of limbs hanging around you.
an extra 4d6, and then if you crit again, you cut off one of the limbs.
Realistically, though, you probably don't want to spend all the party gold. Like you like, we're gonna go sell these things. You come back, you're like, also we spent all the money that we got
Yeah.
from selling these
Yeah,
things.
yeah. You are aware that we're gonna be super pissed if that happens, right?
I say we just go drink instead. That's a lot cheaper. I do
We
think
spent all the money drinking at the tavern.
We can
Yeah.
spend all the money drinking.
if we spend all the money drinking, we'll die. Yeah, I don't know that we want any of that. I mean, we can buy Jorgen more fireballs so he'll be more likely to use them, but
Oh, I've got this one that I'm just hoarding. I'm not there. It's fine.
There's no fucking way you need more. There's no way he's ever using that. But he's gonna.
well, if
end
he
the
had
game.
5 of them, he might.
He's gonna be level 20, be able to cast fireball 10 times a day. He's still gonna have this bead around his
It's
neck.
weird that you say that because I can't cast fireball even one time a day.
I assume by level 20 you'll figure out a way.
Do you want to buy anything, or you think this buy Tristan Jorgen something?
I think you should buy that axe.
I don't really. I have a good axe. I have 5 good axes. I don't really... I don't know about that. For all of the money? No,
That's fine.
we're about to go to like a dungeon place. We'll probably find magic stuff there.
We'll probably find like a pile of axes of sharpness when we get there.
But
If
we can't
buy
just...
it, it's guaranteed.
Because that's a magic item, right? Do I have to attune to that?
Yeah.
I'm running out of space to attune to stuff.
Well, I'm not. I don't have any. I think I have
I'm
one
not
item.
really. Yeah, I will once I have the helmet. Let's just not do that. Let's go figure out if I'm going to be cursed by this helmet.
Okay.
I think, if anything, it'll probably just be a curse of saying I'm a man. I do what I want. Like Jeff said all the
Yeah,
time.
you look just like Jeff.
That is a curse.
Oh, never mind. Oh, yes, it is. Is it? My boots are the only thing I'm attuned to.
Oh yeah, I forgot about your boots.
My jumping boots.
How could I forget about that? Oh wait, is my belt's attunement? My belt's not attunement. Anyway, let's go drink.
Drink.
All right.
Where are we going to drink?
We are going to
Can't go there. Can't go there.
the Shop of Silence.
What?
Listen, going to brand new locations off on your own without the other two. When we have 2 minutes left in the session, it's probably not
Oh,
like
shit. Let's go to
something
the
we're gonna
Blushing
do.
Mermaid. That sounds
Yeah,
like
that
fun.
sounds like a brothel. I mean, a drinking place.
It sounds like they probably have alcohol.
You go to the Blushing Mermaid and you get shit faced, and then you go back to meet with the rest of the party.
Hold up. How far into their drinking selling do we find this information that we just had? Because I would totally use the sending to find out where they are. Do we get
Uh,
to join them at the Blushing Mermaid, or are
Sure.
they already done by that time?
Sure, you could do that
But by then it's the rushing merman.
because they spent a lot of time in line at Sorcerer's Sundries, right?
I'm sorry, it's the Rushing Merman at that point?
Yeah.
Is that just like Thursday nights?
The special tonight is Mush and Mermandons.
He's
I'm
had a
gonna be
lot to
drinking
drink.
them.
He's super excited about those mermens.
It's the crushing Merlot.
Mermans to
Merlins.
be in soup.
I like how he's saying this and I just didn't prompt it. Like I got a message from Jorgen in my head.
And he's
Listen,
just drunk
listen,
like,
I
yeah!
can bet you, I can promise you that at some point in time, Jorgen's gonna talk in one of our brains, okay?
Yeah.
When he does,
You're on it.
tell him, or I'll tell him to get
Oh.
there.
F that. We told Lucas to, like, leave the information, didn't we?
He also said he'd come like later that night.
All right,
Who-
Kit. Super important, Kit.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you ready for here? Take this.
Okay.
I hand her one of the anti-werewolf potions.
Okay.
You take this, okay? Because here's the secret that you don't even know. Because you don't want to not do werewolf stuff.
I don't
I
think
feel like it's my only thing. Like you've got axes, even Triss has got healing, and Jorgen's got a lizard. So what am I gonna do if I don't got werewolf?
Well, Aaron, if it comes down to you losing your werewolf, right? Right, this is what we'll do. I'll give you one of my axes. Then you can be the single axe guy.
What about this? How about this? How about I make you a werewolf?
Oh, okay.
That way, if I lose my werewolf, you can just give it back.
Sounds like a terrible idea. I don't know how to make people werewolves.
Yeah. That'll be great.
What if would we have to get permission to do that? We'll be grounded if we just do that.
That's like a really bad idea. I don't know how drunk you have to get to be like, yeah, turn me into a werewolf. I assume like 1,654 gold worth of alcohol will
I
do it.
assume you'd be dead if you spent that much on
There's
alcohol.
no way
Not
that's
if you're a
that much.
werewolf.
All right. So we'll wrap up the session. Were you guys gonna test attunement of the helmet on someone
Yep, while we're drunk.
while
Yeah.
you're drunk? Okay.
Quick, attune. Do it right here at the bar.
How long does it take to attune? Is it 10 minutes?
It's an hour.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, we'll do it while we're drinking then.
All right. Yeah, you have yourself a helmet of protection.
Nice.
Why does your face look like that?
And what
it
does her
ugly?
face look like?
Is it ugly? Is it ugly? Do I look like Jeff?
We'll find out next time.
I don't know why this needs a cliffhanger. Like,
And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time.